Hello and welcome into Yo Field. We are in the Bertie Shoemate press box on the campus of Yo High School here in Cameron, Texas. Big plays on special teams that kind of added new elements both on the kick return and in the punting game with Braylon Henry pinning the ball deep, but really the kick returning game of Colin Hill and Jackson Generals.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I've definitely noticed this year, difference from last year to this year, is the special teams has been definitely a big focus for Coach KJ, and we've seen it bear fruit on the football field. It's all three phases of the game, but really special teams has been a weapon for Lorena this year, not just something that they manage. Sadly,
injury bug still kind of stinging the Leopard saw. Braylon Henry kind of going all out, got banged up a little bit. So not sure if he'll be 100% tonight. I'm sure he'll be ready to go. Still no Jaden Porter. Casey Taylor, I think, is suited up. Not sure if he's going to play tonight. So kind of that injury bug still stinging the Leopards a little bit. They need to get healthy.
Yeah, that was 100%. This time of year, this is when you want all hands on deck, right? You're playing, like I said, what I think is going to be a playoff team in Cameron. You need all your horses, for lack of a better term. I will tell you this: if there's an opportunity for Casey Taylor to get in the football game, if it's up to him, we'll see number 6 tonight. I just don't know if that's going to work out.
Well, the slate has been wiped clean. Leopards begin their trek through district play. So we'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's game. Also hear from Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson and get our flavor on 35 keys to the game. You're watching and listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Now more than ever, our schools must be welcoming and engaging, safe and secure. For nearly 40 years, True North Consulting Group has been helping school districts across the U.S. develop effective technology infrastructure, campus safety, and media-rich classroom systems. Our name, True North, says it all, and as we like to say, we didn't invent consulting, we just made it personal. True North is a friend to public education and a proud supporter of our Lorena Leopards. Today is a great day to celebrate the Leopard Way.
Since 1998, the guiding principle of Pecan Grove Funeral Home has been, through our door, your healing begins. With sincerity and pride, we thank our hometown families for the honor of serving the community for over 25 years. Pecan Grove Funeral Home's dedicated staff includes Lorena alumni as well as parents of current students that proudly support the Lorena Leopards. Need extra storage space? Ideal Self-Storage has what you need. Locally owned and operated with many convenient locations in Central Texas, we offer climate-controlled and drive-up units and now proudly offer boat and RV storage as well. Rent from the convenience of your home or on the go. Our website makes it easy to make payments, rent or reserve your space, or update account information. For peace of mind, we offer state-of-the-art camera and gate systems, smart units that alert you to motion in your space, and responsive on-site managers. Visit us online at idealstorage.com or come by one of our many locations to grab your storage space today.
Do you know that your dream home could be just one call away? At BAM Builders, we believe that you deserve your ideal home. That's why we rely on quality, experience, and transparency to give you exactly that. Since 2015, we have been utilizing the highest quality materials and the most professional team to ensure exceptional construction of your custom home. So, give us a call at 254-716-9987 or visit our website, builtbybam.com. Your dream home awaits at BAM Builders.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Jared Brown alongside Billy Rutherford. So, Billy, we kind of talked about this game being such an important game as the first game in a really tight district, 11-3A. Of course, Leopards lost a tough one to Cameron last year. When we look across the sideline at the Yoeman, a lot of big playmakers back.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a lot of very similar to last week a little bit. You're talking about a very talented team, lots of skill, explosive players. You're seeing that they're definitely spreading the ball around on offense. They have had a propensity to give up some points this year, 44 points a game. But if you look at who they played this year, they have a very similar schedule like Lorena has. Like, they're playing very difficult, challenging non-conference opponents. I watched film on Belleville. Belleville is as well coached and playing as good as anyone in the state right now. So those numbers can be a bit deceiving. Lorena is going to definitely have to execute, spread the ball around, to move the ball against EO.
Yeah, certainly led by quarterback Braylon Drake having a great year. He's got two very dynamic wide receivers in Jacorius Hardman and Kason Goolsby on the outside. Interesting fact, Kadarius Bradley, a 1,000-yard rusher from last year, played in the first couple games and didn't see him for a couple of games. So we kind of did some little investigative work here in the press box. Says he's suited up tonight. Not sure how much he'll play, if he'll play, but if he's in the game, you've got to be careful because he can take it the distance at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, you have to expect to see him at some point. He did take a hiatus from the team for personal reasons, but a kid with that much talent in a game this big, you have to imagine he's going to get his touches, right? So Lorena has to be cognizant of that anytime he's on the field. Make sure that you keep your eye disciplined and make sure that you don't blow assignments because a kid like that's going to make you pay.
So one of the things I think we saw last week, certainly from the first half to the second half, the Leopards showed improvement. That's something they've got to continue to show improvement. We've seen Caden Roberts kind of really blossoming into who we thought he could be at quarterback. And then also on the defensive side of the ball, secondary giving up some big plays, they've got to hold their own tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, again, the eye discipline and making sure your assignment correct is going to be massive tonight. It's going to be massive the rest of the season as well because, like I said, you're playing against teams that can make you pay when you blow an assignment.
Couldn't agree more, Billy. Well, I'll tell you what, there's about 15 minutes left to go on the pregame clock. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take another commercial break right here on the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. When we come back, we will talk to Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson and also have our Flavor on 35 keys to the game. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
You don't need me to tell you that our little ones grow up so fast, but look at these pictures, each one beautifully crafted by Aurora Henry Photography to capture life's special memories so that Lorena families will have them for life. From your newborns to your newlyweds, Aurora Henry Photography will create, capture, and preserve life's most special moments with your loved ones and turn them into memories made for a lifetime. Schedule your 30, 60, or 90-minute session today with Aurora Henry Photography on Facebook or Instagram, or call 254-723-2890. Aurora Henry Photography.
For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a synthetic blend oil change for only $25.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation, free brake check, free alignment check, and a 22-point inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service. For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a computerized alignment for only $49.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation and free visual brake inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service.
IT Solutions pregame coach's interview with Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson. Coach, not necessarily the results you wanted to see last week on the scoreboard, but I definitely think you saw some things that you liked, especially in the second half of that ball game.
Well, absolutely. Obviously, you'd like to come out on the winning side of the scoreboard. Unfortunately, we gave up. We knew going into the game that we couldn't give up some big plays, and then we wound up doing that in some critical times. But the one thing, if I'm going to take anything out of it, I was extremely proud of our kids and the fight they had. Because, down 35-13 or 42-13 at one point, our kids came back and made that a 49-42 game. And had a chance really within up to about the last minute of the game to go down and possibly, at least tie that thing or go for two and try to win it or what have you. But what a second half by those kids. They showed that they had heart and they showed that they had that leopard fight and they weren't going to quit and weren't going to back down from anybody. So that said a lot about the mentality of our kids. So I was very, very proud of them. We kind of challenged them at halftime and they answered that challenge and came out. So, really, really pleased on that end of it.
Good. And so that kind of brings up another question in terms of your non-district schedule. Some people may want to play teams they can get easier wins against to kind of build that confidence. But at Lorena, it's always seemed like we've played a very tough non-district schedule in preparation for district play. So just kind of talk about that mentality of playing tougher opponents early on in the season to prepare you for the district grind.
Well, sure. I think in the coaching world, there's several trains of thought when it comes to that. And sometimes if you've got a really, really young team and you need to build some confidence, it's nice to be able to have some games that you can possibly go in and manage and get some of that confidence. But ultimately, I think our philosophy, I know that Coach Biles and myself, kind of philosophy we've had in the years going into this is you just don't back down from a challenge. And ultimately, the non-district part of the season is not the season that technically counts. So when you start playing the district, you want to make sure you're tested and your kids have seen good opponents and they've been in some battles, so that when you get into the district play, you've been in those situations and you can react to those situations. You can handle those situations. It's kind of hard late in the year to go in and get one of those big games when you've not been in one previously and be able to react to it positively. So for us, having that schedule and playing the teams we played some really, really good football teams in all different aspects of them. And, you look at the La Vega team, we're not going to find too many teams that have the speed and the explosiveness that they do. And it took a little while to adjust to that, but that's something our kids have seen now. So going into whatever may come our way down district play, I feel like we'll be prepared from that aspect. So that part is good as far as scheduling. And then the flip side is you always want to get out of things healthy, and you can schedule yourself where you've got some battles week in, week out, and get beat up a little bit, and that's not always good either. But here at Lorena, our kids have that attitude of, it doesn't matter who we play. We're going to respect everyone, fear no one, and line up and play. So, I think that's a good perspective and attitude that we bring to the table there with our kids.
Good. Well, we will talk more about that district play coming up after this break. You're listening to the Bastion IT Solutions pregame coaches show with Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson.
Did you know that your dream home could be just one call away? At BAM Builders, we believe that you deserve your ideal home. That's why we rely on quality, experience, and transparency to give you exactly that. Since 2015, we have been utilizing the highest quality materials and the most professional team to ensure exceptional construction of your custom home. So, give us a call at 254-716-9987 or visit our website, builtbybam.com. Your dream home awaits at BAM Builders. Some of the best breakfast and lunch is now just 5 minutes away from Leopard Field. Flavor on 35 has a new restaurant in the Lorena Plaza by Jack and Jill's Donuts. Enjoy a multitude of items from breakfast burritos and tacos to elotes and hot sandwiches. Come visit the mastermind Brandon Thompson and the rest of the crew as they are open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy the best food in Lorena at Flavor on 35. Available for pickup, dine-in, or delivery. Order online at flavoron35.com.
Okay, welcome back into the Bastion IT Solutions pregame Leopards coach interview with Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson. Coach, you start District 11 3A play this week. A lot of people think this is one of the toughest districts in Texas. You open up with longtime foe Cameron. What can you tell us about them?
Well, good football team. They're obviously they are rich with winning tradition. Coach Rhodes and his staff do a good job. It's going to be a battle. We're going to travel to Cameron, and our big thing that we're focusing on this week is just making sure we don't give up the big plays. Their kids do a great job. If they get in space, they catch the ball in space, they do some of that, they can make some things happen. They're very athletic when it comes to that. I think, on the offensive side of that, we're starting to really gel offensively. And if we can just go down and continue to kind of move and progress the ball like we've had without turnovers. Obviously you get in big games, you can't have turnovers, but we can kind of control the ball and do the things that we feel like we can do offensively. And then defensively, if we can just play sound and make sure we don't give up the big play on defense, we'll be in good shape, we feel like.
Good. And then just one other thing I wanted to ask about, I know kind of a source of frustration has maybe been some penalties, untimely here and there. We've talked about that before. From a practice standpoint, is there anything that you can do to kind of work on that, or is it just a matter of challenging the kids and making sure that they're prepared mentally each week to try to avoid some of those untimely miscues?
Well, I can tell you there's some things that go into that. And Friday night, I don't know that was all on our kids, but that's neither here nor there. You've got to react. You've got to react to whatever the situation is. And we talk to our kids all the time about. The great thing about football and the game of football is it mirrors life so much in so many perspectives that, you're going to have adversity on a daily basis, and you've got to learn to handle that adversity, and you got to react. And then the mentality we go over with our kids is just next play. What's happened has happened. We can't control it. We sit there and get stuck in the moment of what happened, and we're not going to be able to do well moving forward. So it's the next play mentality. As far as practice, we were very cognizant of all those things. We specifically put our kids in positions to understand what the scenario it is that we're going through, why this is important. Like third down for defense is a big deal. We call that money down. That's a down we try to get off the field so that offense can get on there. We make sure kids, we're all yelling at from everybody on the sidelines to everybody on the field. You try to teach them that when it's a short yardage situation, you got to watch the ball. You don't jump. You don't give them easy things. So that's stuff you do in practice, but ultimately you just got to keep going over and over and over that and just remind the kids and put them in scenarios so they understand that. But regardless of that, we're never going to go through a game where things are just completely perfect. So, you got to have some perseverance, and you got to be able to kind of work through some of that adversity and things that happen. And unfortunately, sometimes they come at bad times. But that's just, again, that's the nature of the beast, and it's part of the game. That's part of life. That's why these kids will move on and be successful when they get done with high school and get into college and life, because they've spent the time and they've done these things. So that's a bigger picture when it comes to that. But again, it just mirrors life, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to make sure that we handle those things and do it to the very best of our ability. And again, we coach and preach that on a daily basis. And but things are going to happen.
All right. Well, best of luck this week against the Yoeman.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That is the pregame interview with Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson, sponsored by Bastion IT Solutions.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Just over 4 minutes left to go on the pregame clock. Teams are out of their respective tunnels. Billy, let's go ahead and get to our flavor on 35 keys to the game.
Absolutely, Jared. First and foremost, man, lean on those little Eps. And what we speak there is like your depth, your younger guys, your underclassmen. We spoke about the injury bug earlier. Lorena is a little banged up. You're going to have a lot of youngsters in the program playing. Good news for Lorena is the JV last year didn't give up a single touchdown last year in district play. There's a lot of talent on the younger group. It's a great opportunity for them to respond and show Coach KJ what they're made of.
Yeah, I mean, he was very blunt about that. He goes, it's time for them to grow up and show what they can do on Friday night. So next key, I kind of talk about like being stuck in the middle. I think this Lorena team really has an opportunity to attack the middle of the field tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen Caden Roberts this year throw an accurate ball, specifically in between the numbers and the hash. And I think they're going to have some opportunities tonight in that area of the field. The big part about that, Jared, is obviously you can't be late over the middle and you can't overthrow over the middle, right? So Caden's going to have to really make sure he sticks with fundamentals, delivers an accurate football. Whenever he has protection, he does that.
I think the other important thing is not letting the Cameron offense kind of divide and conquer, where they can really attack you on the outside, then come back through in the middle. And then the final point on that is between the uprights in the middle. James Webb missed an extra point last week, but he's been solid so far, and I definitely think the game could come down to his leg tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real weapon. I mean, he's absolutely a real weapon. And for a high school kicker to be a weapon, it says a lot about the kid itself.
Final point tonight, just it's business, but it's also personal. This is becoming a rivalry, and actually we'll pause right now for the national anthem, but I want to get to this point because Lorena and Cameron have kind of become bigger rivals than in the past. So we'll pause for the national anthem. All right, that was the Yo High School Marching Band with the Star Spangled Banner. And Billy, let's get to that final key we talked about. It's business, but it is also personal. This rivalry between Cameron and Lorena really starting to heat up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the exodus of like your Robinson and La Vega, other classifications, Lorena and Cameron have met multiple times in the playoff. It seems like every time Cameron and Lorena get together, the game just matters, right? And that's generally how great rivalries are born. So,
and it's not just in football. Basketball has become a big rivalry. Men's basketball. Cameron also has a phenomenal track and cross country team, and so volleyball has been good over the years. So you see these teams as they've battled in not just in football but also the other sports. It's really become a big game for both teams. And then really finally, in this district, anytime you can get a road win, it's huge.
Oh, absolutely. And again, if you're watching this at home, you can see it. But Cameron's very similar to Lorena. They have a great community support. The community rallies around all their sports and extracurricular activities. Very similar to Lorena. Very similar communities. This place is going to be rocking if the Leopards let Cameron get out to a fast start. So it's going to be on Lorena to make sure that they compete early.
Well, those are your flavor on 35 keys to the game. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Captains out on the field for the Leopards: Wyatt Jones, Braylon Henry, and Caden Roberts. For Cameron, it is number 32, Tavares Crittenden, number 3, Kason Goolsby, number 6, Jaquarius Hardman, and number 1, Braylon Drake for the Yoeman.
And if you're listening at home, you have Lorena in the white top with red pants with a black helmet. You have Cameron wearing a white helmet with all maroon or burgundy bottoms and top.
So Cameron wins the toss. They elect to receive, so we'll see this dynamic offense coming out first. Leopards will defend the goal and go left to right on your radio dial. Cameron, I guess they defend, that would be what, the goal to the east, and travel right to left on your radio dial.
Yeah, and it's a warm night tonight, Jared. I mean, it's unseasonably warm. Last week we got a little bit of a reprieve from the heat, but I think, obviously if the game's close in the second half, we're going to see a lot of whoever has the best depth is probably going to show in the third and fourth quarter. So that's definitely a factor in the game. Not a key that we have prepared, but it is a little warm tonight. I will say Cameron's band did a bang-up job on the Star Spangled Banner. Like, that was a really, really nice job by the Yo band.
So it'll be James Webb coming out to put the ball on the tee for the Leopards. Back deep for the Yeoman, it'll be number 8, Kadarius Bradley, and Jaquarius Hardman. So we wondered if Bradley would play. Well, he's out there to return the kickoff. So I guess that answers that mystery.
Well, I think it just speaks to how big of a game this is, Jared.
Again, the opener in District 11 3A Division I, a district a lot of folks call the toughest district in 3A Division I just because of the quality of all the teams. Webb with it on the tee. Takes a look to his left and his right. Puts his toe into it, a little pooch kick down the left sideline. It'll be caught by right at the 20. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be fumbled and out of bounds goes Jaquarius Hardman. Some extracurricular activities up the field. A lot of folks fighting for blocks. That's Brett Boyles and number 15, Xavier Gilman.
Yeah, Jared, on that play, actually, he had a lot of running room if he doesn't cough the ball up there. That's a break for the Leopards because it looked like he had the entire sideline pretty much open there.
And that could be a little bit of rust needing to wear off from Bradley. But he's going to get the start at tailback. It'll be Braylon Drake. Can't really say under center anymore as most teams in the spread go strictly out of the shotgun. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Drake. Snap back, handoff to Hardman right up the middle. Met right at the line of scrimmage by Wyatt Jones and Justin back. No gain on first down.
Yeah, inside zone read look there from Cameron right off the bat. Great job there by Wyatt Jones reading it. Ran downhill and hit it from the backside. So real good job pursuing there and reading the play early.
It'll stay 2nd and 10 from about the Cameron 27-yard line. New formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Zach Evans is in an H-back spot for Cameron. Snap back to Braylon Drake, back to pass in the middle. He's going to throw out over to his right. Pass is caught. I believe that's number 2. Noah Vega. Correction, number 5, DeAndre Bradley.
Yeah, what a nice throw there by Drake. Off his back foot, ball was on time. Second and long situation, sets up a third and short. Great job there, though, by Braxton Miller. Miller coming up and making the tackle.
So 3rd and 2, right at the 35-yard line. Snap back, be a handoff to Bradley. Leopard defense in quickly, right at the point of attack. Braylon Henry wraps up. Bradley brings him down for no gain.
Yeah, inside give there. Definitely it was a give all the way. Blackwell got penetration, Irie got penetration, and Braylon Henry was there to clean it up. So nice 3 and out to start Lorena here on defense.
And when you say, penetration, Billy, they got deep into the backfield almost to the point of where Braylon Drake was handing the ball off, and then Braylon Henry coming up to make the stop. So 4th and 2, Cameron in punt formation. Number 16, Cody Webb, back in, ready to put his foot into it. Kicks away. Jackson General's back deep to receive it for the Leopards. He lets it go. Ball's going to take a huge Cameron bounce, and it's going to be down right at the 2-yard line by Jaquarius Hardman. Fortunate members bounce for Cody Webb, and the Leopards are going to start deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it was a terrific punt there. We spoke pregame about the Leopard special teams, but we're seeing Cameron special teams there be a weapon early. Lorena's got a long field here on a hostile environment, so you're looking for Lorena to probably establish a running game here a little early, lead on that offensive line, and get a little rhythm. Also keep the defense off the field, see if you can't flip field position.
That was a big, huge stop on 3rd down, a defensive 3rd down stop sponsored by Montgomery Roofing. Montgomery Roofing, Strelsky Roofs, Texas. So Leopards take over at their own 2-yard line. It'll be a heavy formation for Braylon Henry in the Wildcat formation. He comes out over the right side behind Blackwell, Brock Cool, and others, and he's going to take it all the way out to about the 8-yard line on 1st down for a pickup of 6.
Yeah, it's basically, it's a Wildcat look, but it's basically just a power to the right side. Follow your guard and tackle with a double team there to get the second level. The Leopard offensive line got a really good movement. Henry didn't have to make a move until he was 3 yards into the, Cameron second level. So nice gain on 1st down for the Leopards.
So call it a gain of 5, ball at the 8. Caden Roberts back out at quarterback in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. Braylon Henry to his right. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Roberts behind Braylon Henry. Gets out across the 10, almost to the 15, and he will pick up the first Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down.
Yeah, Jared, we've seen this all year for the Lorena offense. They basically, they've been running the bubble screen to the wide side of the field a lot. They'll actually fake that if the numbers are right. They'd quarterback draw there for a 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 10, just shy of the 15-yard line, call it the 14. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off to Braylon Henry, coming left. Makes a man miss, but can't make 2. He's going to be stopped for no gain on 1st down.
Yeah, the Yo defensive line there, Cameron's defensive line did a really good job of eating up blocks. They left number 16 there for Cameron unblocked. He came up, made a nice tackle for a no gain.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Leopards. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Option left. Caden Roberts is going to keep it all the way. Met right at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a yard. But again, another solid job by that Cameron defensive line.
Yeah, basically that play didn't have a chance from the get-go. And a nice job there by Roberts, though, of just lowering his head and getting what he has. Set up a 3rd and long here for Lorena.
So 3rd and call it a long 8 from the 16. It'll be 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Braylon Henry, 2 Caden Roberts left. Now he'll split out wide. Snap back. Roberts looking across the middle. He's been flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes off running. Trucks over a defender and dives forward. We'll see where they mark him down. He's going to be right at the 1st down marker, but Caden Roberts putting his head down and becoming a running back there.
Yeah, you love to see that from a fan perspective, but probably Coach KJ over there is wanting him to protect himself a little bit. But he picked up the 1st down. Nice job of lowering your shoulder, and the impact that has on your entire sideline when you see your quarterback lower your shoulder and truck a guy like that resonates through the whole program. So we'll see if the Leopard offense can get some momentum going after that big play by Roberts.
It was a Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Leopards. 3 receivers to the right. Now Braylon Henry motions out to the left. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Quarterback draw all the way, going left. He's got some room to run. Out near the 30-yard line. It'll be another pickup of about 5 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, it appears the Lorena offense right now, Coach Peavy House, is really they're doing the numbers. They're counting the numbers on each side of the field, and if the numbers are right, they're running the quarterback game to the side. If the numbers are right on the wide side, they're going to throw the bubble screen right now. So Cameron's going to need to adjust to that right now because Lorena's getting some positive yards on 1st down.
Clock's going to hit 7 minutes here in the first quarter. No score between the Yoeman and the Leopards. Second and about 4 from the 30-yard line. 2 receivers to the right for Caden Roberts, 1 to the left. Snap back, a little bit low. Pass out to Jackson Generals in the slot. Generals turns upfield, gets a couple of more yards after the catch. He's going to be out across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, I mean, really nice job there by Roberts. The snap was low. Operation number 1, pick up the snap, but he threw a ball on time with a low snap. That was a good game for third down there.
So first and 10 from the 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap back. Caden Roberts fakes it to Braylon Henry and then runs around to the left. Not sure if a little bit of miscommunication on that play. Looked kind of confusing, Billy, but Roberts falls forward for a gain of 1.
Yeah, Roberts is leaning on that 6'4" frame right now. That looked like a busted play from the get-go, but just to be able to lower your shoulder and get some positive yards on a play like that's a win for Lorena offense.
So second and 9, 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right for Caden Roberts. Now Braylon Henry motions out to the left. 2 receivers to the left. Roberts looking, quarterback draw all the way. Hops through the middle of the defense. Spin move. Gets across the 45-yard line. Will be taken down to the 46, about a yard shy of a first down.
Yeah, you see Cameron right there showing a cover 2 look, two high, deep safeties, and I think Lorena, when they see that look, they're going to challenge the box in the running game.
So third and 1, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson General is a little anxious, jumps across, and then it's going to back the Leopards up 5 yards. Which he was watching that defensive line. Defensive line kind of jumped a little bit early. He took off, but because he's not there at the line in the interior part of the line, the penalty will go against the Leopards and back him up 5. So call it 3rd and 6 from the 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brock Cool has the H-back. Roberts looking left again, kind of looked like another busted play. He's going to take it across the left side, dive across, and looks like he will have another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, Jared, it looks like that play looks like a busted play, but basically that's a quarterback design run. I believe Braylon Henry's supposed to be a design elite blocker there. Roberts cuts it up inside, but as ugly as that play looked from up here, it was a first down and effective.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brock Cool offset to the right. Braylon Henry in the backfield. Snap back, handoff to Henry coming up the middle. Now he's going to go right. Makes a man miss. Dives forward. He'll be across midfield and brought down at about the Cameron 47-yard line.
Really nice job at the point of attack by the Leopard right side of the offensive line. They got a lot of movement there, and Braylon had a lot of green grass ahead of him, set up a second and short.
So second and about 4. 2 receivers to the right for Caden Roberts. In the pistol formation, Braylon Henry behind him. Snaps down low. Roberts does all he can with it, picks it up and kind of fires it over the head of Colin Hill over the left and incomplete.
Yeah, low snap. Again, another nice job there by Roberts of just getting the ball secured and throwing the ball out of bounds. It's probably the best case scenario for Lorena after the ball hit the turf, setting up a 3rd and short here. You're seeing Lorena a little out of sync right now in the operation phase of the game. Something definitely they're going to need to lean on the running game, the fundamentals, clean some of that stuff up.
So 3rd and about 4. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back to Caden Roberts, handoff to Braylon Henry, coming middle. Big hole over the right side. Henry to the 40, crosses the 40. Going to be dragged down, stays in bounds, flag down. Henry still on his feet, goes inside the 20 to the 15, and he's going to be dragged down right at the 10-yard line. Some tough running from Lorena senior Braylon Henry. There is a flag down, but it looks like it's going to be a face mask against the Yoeman, so that'll add another 5 yards or so, as it'll be half the distance to the goal. But, Billy, talk about the tough running from Braylon Henry.
It all starts up front, Jared. All starts up front. Great movement again on the right side of that Leopard offensive line. Braylon Henry broke 4 tackles, including a face mask. And, man, when he cut against the grain, when he got here to the bottom sideline of the Cameron sideline, he cut back up, got another 15 to 20 yards. Great run by Braylon Henry. And you're starting to see this Leopard offensive line lean on this Cameron defense a little bit here.
So the Leopards take it inside the ideal self-storage red zone. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Caden Roberts. Snap back, hands it off to Braylon Henry again, who cuts it back, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a Bam Builders touchdown. Touchdown, Lorena Leopards. Touchdown, Braylon Henry.
Yeah, but inside zone give there, and it really looked like an inadvertent whistle almost. Like the hole was so big inside both A-gaps. Braylon Henry just waltzed in. I think, Jared, you and I probably could have ran that in for a touchdown.
I think you could have, Billy, I would have pulled a hamstring and gone down at the 2.
But, hey, great drive here by Lorena. You know, pin deep. What would they start on the 4-yard line to be able to march down?
97-yard drive.
You know, lean on your quarterback running game. Got Braylon Henry going there. You completed a pass when you needed to. Nice drive.
James Webb puts it up and through, and the Leopards increase their lead to 7-0 with 4:17 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. This is the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Leopards go 96 yards for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run from Braylon Henry. And Billy, I think you said it, that the Leopards doing a good job. Take several minutes off the clock and come away with points on their first drive of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to really just design a great drive when you're on the road in a hostile environment against a really talented Cameron team, that's it. You marched 96 yards. Really, not a whole lot of bells and whistles, not a whole lot of eye candy. Just kind of going right at Cameron. I expect Cameron to make some adjustments out here going forward, and Lorena's probably going to have some wrinkles off what they just did. But great start for the Leopard offense. Our
special thanks to Pioneer Pest Control for that drive summary. Pioneer Pest Control, your go-to partner for all your pest control needs. James Webb with a short kickoff. It's going to be caught about the 25. A fake reverse this time for Cameron. Nice return. I believe that is Cordarius Bradley. He takes it all the way out to the 35-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yoeman.
And Webb, really, when he kicks the ball, he gets a lot of hang time. I know that's like a hybrid pooch kick, but that ball's in the air a long time. Really helps the Lorena coverage team get down there and try to contain some of these explosive Cameron athletes.
So Braylon Drake back out at quarterback for his second drive of the game. Cordarius Bradley at running back for the Yoeman. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Leopards with 12 men on the field. See if it gets called. Pass out into the flat. Everyone chasing. Jackson Blackwell out there kind of disrupting the play. Going to be a loss of about 5 or 6 on the play. Don't know if there's a flag down or not, but it looked like Braylon Henry was scrambling to get off the field.
Yeah, it appears a flag came out, Jared. And the only time you can have 12 guys is in a College Station or a Seattle. You can't do that in regular football.
So penalty marked off against the Leopards. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Yoeman. Ball across the 40, put down at the 42-yard line. 3:44 and counting here in the first quarter. Lorena leading Cameron 7-0 in this District 11 3A opener. So 1st and 5. Zach Evans in at running back. Next to Braylon Drake. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back, low snap. Drake's got to run. Just has nowhere to go with it, but throw it out of bounds under immense pressure from Seth Taverner.
Yeah, I mean, for a broken play that's going to go as an incomplete pass for no gain, Drake really made an excellent play there, just fielding the ball. We saw that with Roberts on the Lorena drive, but they had the presence of mind to know just throw it in the bleachers and play for second and medium here. Great job, but man, Seth Taverner was there with bad intentions, put a pretty good lick on him. Drake's a tough kid, but he's not going to want to take too many of those the rest of the night.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Yeoman. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bradley back in the backfield with Braylon Drake. Snap back. Pass out to the left side is going to be caught by number 14, Elijah Goodrum. Met by a whole host of Leopards led by Carson Miller. He'll be tackled, but not before he picks up enough for the first down.
Yeah, Jared, I mean, there's certain plays in football that are basically indefensible, and that's one of them. You had Miller playing off about 8 yards. The receiver ran a nice, crisp route, stopped. The ball was on the money by Drake, and that's just something, Lorena, you come up, make the tackle, and, live the play another day. That's great execution there by the Cameron offense.
So 1st and 10 for the Yeoman at their own 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back. Play action across the middle. Just over the outstretched arms of Elijah Goodrum. the Yoeman had something going there, Billy, but just falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was basically a skinny post, very, very narrow there. If the ball is on the money, that's probably 6 points for Cameron. Colin Hill is going to make sure he can't give up that inside leverage on that route when he's out there on the island. We've seen him all year be able to defend that, but a nice route there by the Cameron receiver.
So to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cameron 49-yard line. 2 receivers to either side for Braylon Drake. Cardarius Bradley in the backfield for the Yoeman. Snap back, play action pass, going to be an out route. Runner gets by Lorena defender, and he's off to the races. It's number 3, Casey Goolsby, and he'll take it all the way for the Cameron touchdown. And Billy, we talked about you can't afford to miss tackles in the open field right there in the middle. Cameron made him pay.
Yeah, I mean, Lorena brought pressure. Cameron picked it up. Another really nice ball there by the quarterback, Drake. Ball was on the money, but, you know, when you're Lorena, you got to come up, make the tackle there in open field. He broke the tackle for a long touchdown pass. So, you know, we spoke about that. You got to tackle these athletes in space. At least just hold on and let your teammates arrive. But great response there by the Cameron Yoeman.
Omero Nahara on for the extra point. He drills it through the uprights. So with 2:49 left to go in the first quarter, Cameron ties the ball game at 7. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. This is the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
1990 Lorena graduate and multi-year football letterman Grant Neal, owner of Pioneer Pest Control, proudly supports Lorena athletics. Pioneer Pest Control has serviced the community and surrounding area since 2015. Pioneer Pest Control is proud to be your go-to partner for all your pest control needs. Call us at 254-421-8606 today for a free estimate. Once a leopard, always a leopard. Go Big Red.
When storms damage your roof, there's only one place to call, and it's Montgomery Construction and Roofing. MCR offers detailed bids for affordable quality roof repair and replacement. Schedule your free inspection and make sure your damage is repaired right the first time. Our claim specialist can help walk you through filing an insurance claim for wind and hail, too.
Say goodbye to damaged roofs and yes to Montgomery Construction and Roofing. We roof Texas, and we are here to serve you.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. The 51-yard touchdown pass from Braylon Drake to Casey Goolsby ties the game up at 7. And Billy, Leopards bringing pressure there, just defensive back out there on his own, just couldn't quite make the play.
Yeah, I mean, when you bring pressure like that, you know, you either got to get home or you got to play press coverage. Lorena was off a little bit there. Again, you got to hats off there by Cameron. They executed that play perfectly. One busted tackle, and he's a dynamic athlete in the open field. Lorena's definitely going to have to focus on fundamentals and making those tackles in open field, because if not, it's going to be a long night for that secondary.
Omero Nahara with the ball on the tee for the Yoeman. He drives it down the right side of the field. It's going to be caught by Colin Hill at the 5-yard line, out across the 10, fakes the end around. Now spins back across the 15, nowhere to go for Hill. Keeps going backwards, and he's going to be driven back. The markers forward progress down to the 15, but a good job by the Cameron kickoff team covering that kick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've seen that all week long in film study. Lorena ran that against La Vega. I'm sure they drilled it all week in practice. Great job there by the Cameron special teams being ready for the gimmick. But
So
what a response there by the Cameron offense. I mean, just terrific. Lorena marches to 96 yards, kind of takes the wind out of the stadium. Cameron goes right down with a big play, gets the crowd right back in it.
So the Leopards with a big field once again. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Caden Roberts back out at quarterback for the Leopards. 2 receivers to his right. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry running left. Henry can't nowhere to go on first down. Tried to make a man miss. He's going to be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, Cameron that time looked like they were running a cover 2 look. The corner squatting right there. He saw Braylon the whole time. Unblocked, came up, made a nice solid tackle for almost no gain, Jared. If Lorena wants to run that play, they're going to have to definitely block that play side cornerback, because he's just waiting to set the edge there on the defense.
Wyatt Jones and Kyler Bosley on the left side of that Leopard offensive line. Tyler Walkendorf at center. Nolan Baden at right guard. Carter Norman at right tackle. Brock Cool at tight end. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap back, throw out quickly to, I believe that's Caleb Carrizales. He gets up the field. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 21-yard line for about a gain of 6.
Really nice job there by Roberts. He's got a really quick release for a really tall quarterback. That ball got out there quickly, because that was well defended by Cameron. If that ball's late getting there, that's probably no gain, but he gets the ball out there quick and lets Carrizales get yards after the catch.
So it brings up a big 3rd down for the Leopards deep in their own territory, 3rd and 3. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Caden Roberts. Braylon Henry in the backfield. Brock Cool as an H-back. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry coming left. Makes a man miss, cuts back to the middle. Henry to the 30, 35, 40, 45. Can be drugged down at the 50. Still on his feet, actually all the way across the 45-yard line, down at the 43. Huge run by Braylon Henry. Billy, we'll take a look at it on the True North Consulting replay.
Absolutely. Here's an inside power run here by Braylon Henry. We're going to look at it real fast. Gives it right up the gut. Great block at the point of attack. Braylon makes a guy miss, and then he's up wide open field. Great strong run there. Great ball secure there by Braylon.
Leopard's working quickly. Another handoff to Braylon Henry, making all kinds of man miss. Dancing like he's Michael Jackson. Down across the 30. He's going to be tripped up at about the 27-yard line, and back-to-back long runs for Braylon Henry is back-to-back Jessup Automotive first downs.
Yeah, I mean, another nice job at the point of attack by the right side of that Leopard offensive line. And Braylon, when he gets in open field, he doesn't look like he's moving that fast, but he glides. It looks a lot like his dad that played at Baylor there. But you're also seeing a lot of hands on the hips on both sides right now. This is kind of a warm night. You're starting to see right now a running game will take it out of you, too. So you have to wonder right now that Leopard offensive line can keep leaning on Cameron here. They may wear out late in the game. So it's definitely something to look forward to or look to the rest of the game.
So Leopards with two back-to-back big plays. 1st and 10 at the 27 of Cameron. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Quarterback draw all the way behind Kyler Bosley and others on that offensive line. Caden Roberts through the right side. He's going to be dragged down at the 10-yard line for a pickup of about 15 and another Jessup Automotive first down.
I love what Coach Peavy-House is doing there. He's sending motion to the wide side of the field. You have all the eyes for the Cameron defense heading that way. You count the numbers in the box, the short side of the numbers. You run to it with Caden Roberts. He's shown to be an effective weapon running the ball. And, again, if you're Cameron there, you got to kind of pick your poison. Are you going to go with the motion to the wide side of the field, or are you going to give up the run? So nice call there.
Leopards inside the ideal self-storage red zone. Ball is about the 11-yard line. They can't get a first down. Snap back, handoff. Braylon Henry running left behind that offensive line. He's going to be drugged down from behind for about a gain of 1. Kind of a dangerous play there. Henry up and moving quickly, but pickup of about 1. Yeah, Billy, the clock is running down. 12 seconds left to go. Teams are going to head to their respective business. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, no. At this point, we've seen a lot of slow developing running plays the first two series for Lorena. At this point, you have to think maybe it's part of the game plan because that run took a long time to develop. It almost looked like the old Mike Shanahan, stretch play where you kind of wait for the hole to open up. But this Cameron defense is extremely athletic, so they're going to have to, move quicker.
All right, well, that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Cameron 7, Lorena 7. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Are you ready to elevate your IT game, Central Texas? Look no further than Bastion IT Solutions, your trusted local IT experts. At Bastion, we're your go-to resource for small business IT needs. Whether it's hardware and software support, robust security, or streamlining your network, we've got you covered. Reach out today for a free consultation and let's give your business IT the boost it deserves. Bastion IT Solutions, your local IT partner. Visit our website at itbastion.com. That's Bastion IT Solutions, the Central Texas IT experts you can trust.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. A Pecan Grove Funeral Home stats update. Billy, Leopards run 20 plays in the first quarter, 17 runs, 9 by Braylon Henry, who's already over the century mark with 105 yards, 8 by Caden Roberts for 52 yards. You mentioned it, Leopards getting the ball up the middle, running well right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got a fast defense like Cameron has. The best method is really to go right at them, and that's what we're seeing so far for Coach Peavy House in Lorena.
So teams switch ends. It'll be 2nd and about 8 from the 11. Snap back, Caden Roberts looking to pass, nowhere to go. Now he takes off and runs with it, runs into his own center, Tyler Walkendorf. Nowhere to go, kind of a lot of coverage on the team, or downfield for Cameron. And so it'll be just right at no gain, maybe a loss of a yard, and there is a flag down.
Yeah, great job there by the Cameron secondary. It looked like that, Roberts was looking for generals there in the flat. It was a well-designed play, but Cameron sniffed it out. He was on his back hip, nothing there. And nice job there by Roberts, not forcing anything. It was first down, get what you can get and play for second down here inside the red zone.
So we'll see what the penalty is. Looks like it's going to be an illegal formation against the Leopards. Cameron's going to decline that penalty. So, Billy, I think that's going to make it 3rd and 9 now. Kind of a big loss on the play. It'll be back to We'll see where they have it marked. Back at the 13-yard line. So that's going to put it back. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Leopards. So we'll see what Kevin Johnson and his staff can draw up here. 3rd and 11 from the 13-yard line. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Hands off to Braylon Henry coming right. Henry breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Looked like he got further than that. But not near enough for a first down, so we'll see what the Leopards do.
Yeah, that's a tough decision by Coach KJ. I mean, you have a weapon with Webb that, he's shown to be a weapon, but you're also getting a lot of yards on the ground, the running game right now. So, this is one of those decisions that's kind of tougher on a coach than it should be.
Well, Leopards bringing in their jumbo package. I don't think they have any intention of going for the field goal here. Facing about a 4th and 5. Ball is spotted on the 7-yard line. They need the 3 for a first down. Leopards in the Wildcat formation. Braylon Henry at quarterback. Jumbo package to his right. Snap back is low. Henry looking to pass. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. It's Seth DeVerner. He hauls it in. Passes a little low, but he makes the catch for the Band Builders touchdown. Touchdown, Seth DeVerner. Touchdown, Lorena Lepords.
Yeah, Braylon Henry there doing his best Tim Tebow impersonation, running the Wildcat out there to the sideline. Cameron obviously sold out for the run there. That's what you would do as a defender. And Lorena had 2 guys open in the end zone. Nice job there by Braylon delivering accurate football, and a great job catching the ball in the end zone with your hands. Nice job all the way around on the 4th down there for Lorena.
So James Webb on to attempt the extra point for the Leopards on the Otra Camper repair kick. Flag down. Looked like Cameron may have jumped across early. And Billy, this could actually bring up an interesting situation. If it's offside, it's going to put it at about the 1.5-yard line. Do you bring out that jumbo package again and try to put it in for 2?
Yeah, it looks like Lorena's bringing their offense back on the field, Jared. Great call.
So Leopards lead 13-7 on the CF Supply scoreboard. CF Supply build with CF Supply. The ball will be placed halfway between the 1 and 2-yard line. As the Leopards line up to attempt the point after, it'll be that jumbo set. Strong to the right side. Braylon Henry at quarterback. Snap back. Henry's going to fake it back to the left and just going to try to outrun the Cameron defense to the end zone. He does. He dives across for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, great job at the point of attack for Lorena there. Braylon was patient, let the blocks develop, but brought cool at the point of attack. Knocked his guy out of the gap that the play was designed to go, and Braylon really could have went inside or outside there. Really well executed running game again for Lorena, and another great response here for the Leopards.
So with 11:36 left to go in the second quarter, Leopards take the lead 15-7. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Now more than ever, our schools must be welcoming and engaging, safe and secure. For nearly 40 years, True North Consulting Group has been helping school districts across the U.S. develop effective technology infrastructure, campus safety, and media-rich classroom systems. Our name, True North, says it all, and as we like to say, we didn't invent consulting, we just made it personal. True North is a friend to public education and a proud supporter of our Lorena Leopards. Today is a great day to celebrate the Leopard Way.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Leopards up 15-7 behind the 4th down touchdown pass from Braylon Henry and the subsequent 2-point conversion. Henry on the run. James Webb with the ball on the tee. A pooch kick down the left side. It's going to be caught at about the 28-yard line. That is number 14, Elijah Goodwin, on the return. He's got a good return back up the right sideline across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it was a really nice return there. He went north and south behind his blockers. Kind of got lost there in the scrum. Lorena tried to strip the ball out, but in doing so, he was able to get 5 or 6 more yards.
Looks like there may be a flag down. Oh, it's going to be offsides against the Leopards. So they'll add 5 yards to the end of the run.
Yeah, great starting field position here for Cameron.
So that'll get the ball almost out to midfield. Be put down right at the 48-yard line of Cameron. Braylon Drake back out at quarterback for the Yoeman. 11:30 left to go in the second quarter. Lorena leading 15-7 over Cameron. Snap back to Braylon Drake. He's back to pass. Pass out over the right side. It's going to be picked off by Colin Hill. Hill jumped in front of the route, made the interception. Just a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that's just how you draw it up there. I mean, that's literally how you teach that scheme. He dropped back. He, basically baited the quarterback. The receiver looked open. The quarterback threw it. Nice ball. It was a little late getting there, and Colin was able to step in. You would like to see your receiver work back to the football a little bit there, but nevertheless, nice job there by Colin Hill, who continues to make big plays for Lorena.
A huge Montgomery Roofing defensive stop. Montgomery Roofing, Strelsky Roofs, Texas. So one play, and the Leopards get the ball back in great field position this time. They take over at their own 44-yard line. 4 receivers in the diamond formation to the right for Caden Roberts. Snap back, pass out to Jackson Generals on that right side, behind a couple of blocks. Caleb Carrizales, one of those. Generals back all the way across into Cameron territory. He's going to be tackled at about the 46-yard line, right at the marker for a Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, I love what Coach Peavyhouse is doing there. He's basically, they're counting numbers in the box. If the numbers aren't right into the diamond formation, they're going to run to the short side of the field. If the numbers are right, you're going to throw out there. Right now, they're going to make Cameron make a decision how they're going to defend it.
So now this diamond formation, somewhat of a Selcouth lineup, just kind of strange, something you don't see every day. 4 receivers on the left side, 1 to the right. Snap back's going to be a quarterback draw all the way for Caden Roberts. He's going to be met shortly after getting through the line of scrimmage by a whole host of Yoeman for about a gain of 3 on first down.
Yeah, the way Cameron's aligned there, they've got an outside force player, like an outside linebacker or maybe a nickelback walked up, and he's just squatting there waiting for that play. So nice call there by Cameron. Lorena's really running into the teeth of that scheme with that look.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Leopards. Ball spotted at the Cameron 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Caden Roberts in the pistol formation with Braylon Henry behind him. Brock Cool in the H-back shifts from the right to the left side of the offense. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry coming right up the middle. Huge hole for Henry, 25-30, 20-15, 10-5. You're not going to catch Braylon Henry. Touchdown Leopards, touchdown Braylon Henry.
Yeah, what a run. Another great call there by Peavyhouse. And really, guys, it starts up front with the offensive line. That was a huge hole. Cameron brought pressure off the edge. A little stunt, corner blitz there off the edge. Perfect play call for that because once Braylon got to the second level, there was no one there to catch him.
And just we've talked about all night this offensive line opening huge holes. All Braylon Henry has to do is be patient, find the spot, get to the next level, and he is gone for the Bam Builders touchdown. James Webb on to attempt the extra point for the Leopards. Snap back, kick is up and good. And just like that, the Leopards have increased their lead 22-7. There's 10:14 left to go on the CF Supply scoreboard. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. You're listening to the Syntex Palm broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Since 1998, the guiding principle of Pecan Grove Funeral Home has been, through our door, your healing begins. With sincerity and pride, we thank our hometown families for the honor of serving the community for over 25 years. Pecan Grove Funeral Home's dedicated staff includes Lorena alumni as well as parents of current students that proudly support the Lorena Leopards.
Welcome back into the Syntex Palm broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Looking at a Pecan Grove Funeral Home stats update, Billy. Braylon Henry now with 11 rushes, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Caden Roberts, 10 rushes, 54 yards. The passing side of the ball, Caden Roberts, 3 of 4 for 23 yards. Braylon Henry, 1 of 1 with 1 touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, right now Braylon's doing it all. But, we've seen Braylon kind of carry this team on his back, him and, Caden Roberts. But the offensive line right now is the stick to stir in the drink. Braylon's not really having to do a whole lot. Those holes right now are wide open. And if the Leopards continue to execute up front, he's going to have a big night.
Our special thanks to Pecan Grove Funeral Home. Through our doors, your healing begins. 10:14 left to go in the second quarter. Leopards up 22-7. James Webb with the ball on the tee. Pooch kick down the left side again. And it's going to be Bradley kind of fumbles the ball initially. Nowhere to go with it. Wrapped up by a whole host of Leopards, led by number 9, Aiden Segovia. Dylan Mann also in the scrum for Lorena.
And how big, Jared, was that interception here at midfield? Cameron had great starting field position, first play on 1st and 10. Colin Hill makes a great play there. Lorena scores a couple plays later. And it really feels like kind of like La Vega did last week when La Vega was able to put up a couple touchdowns back-to-back. That can be a backbreaker. But, it's early here in the second quarter. Cameron's going to fight back here. I'm just interested to see how they respond.
So 10:07 left to go in the second quarter. Lorena leading 22-7. Special thanks to anyone listening on 101.3 FM. Snap back to Braylon Drake, fakes the handoff, throws out to the left side, inside wide receiver screen. Runs into his own man. He's going to be tackled right at the first down marker, out across the 30 to the 31.
Yeah, well designed play there, well executed. Ball is on the money. You had blockers out in front. That's exactly how you draw it up. Well executed first down play there by Cameron.
That'll be a first down for the Yoeman. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. 9:55 and counting here in the first half. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Braylon Drake. Snap back, handoff to Hardman. Coming right through the middle of that Leopard defense. Sean Coleman hops on his back and rides him down, but not before he picks up a gain of 12. Out across the 40 to the 43 and another first down.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's the little things that really add up. And if you watch Drake there, if you're watching on YouTube or if you listen at home, after handing the ball off, Drake continues with his play fake, and it really caught a couple of the Leopards off balance. Their eyes were peeking at him in the backfield, and that allowed the running back to get to the second level. So a really nice job there. It's something you're taught in camp, and he's doing it. It's affecting the Leopard defense right now.
So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Snap back to Drake. Handoff to Hardman running right. This time he's going to be dragged down by Seth TaVerner, shooting down from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, TaVerner's been disruptive all season long. He hasn't shown up much on the stat sheet because, he just flushes the play the other way. But, he's been all over the field tonight as well, playing hard, playing his best football of his career to date.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Yoeman. 8:52 and counting. Cameron going left to right on your radio dial. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Snap back to Braylon Drake, a little bit low. Swing pass out to Hardman. Great play from Colin Hill as he comes up from his defensive back spot, dives right at the feet of Hardman and brings him down. Cardarius Bradley.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Colin Hill there. He fought through a blocker. He actually went through past two offenders, but fought through a block. He was able to make the tackle for loss there. That's an effort play from a cornerback position. He could have squatted and caught and tried to force a guy out of bounds. He didn't. He attacked the ball carrier, for a tackle for loss.
Back-to-back huge defensive plays bring up a Lorena Dental 3rd down. 3rd and call it 12. Ball all the way back at the 41-yard line of Cameron. Clock continues to run inside 8 minutes here in the second quarter. Lorena up 22-7. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Stands in the pocket, delivers a deep ball down the right side. Just in and out of the hands, almost picked off again by Colin Hill, who was tracking that ball all the way.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was I don't know if the receiver cut the route off or didn't expect the ball in the air. It was actually a pretty good throw if the receiver keeps running downfield, but Colin Hill sniffed it out. Just missed his second interception of the game.
So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Yoeman after a promising kick return. And some big plays driven back, and now going to be forced to punt. I say that, it's going to be Braylon Drake back in punt formation for the Yoeman, so Leopards need to be wary of something brewing here.
Yeah, this is that area of the field, Jared. If you're gonna run something, this is generally when people do it.
And the play clock counting down, hit 0. Let's see if they're going to blow that play dead. They are. We'll see if Cameron head coach Rick Rhodes did get the timeout in. So it'll be a timeout called by Cameron. Billy, we'll keep it right here and just kind of talk about, after seeing this Leopard offense do so much in that first quarter, the first part of the second quarter, the Leopard defense really stepping up, doing some things that we haven't seen all season.
Yeah, we talked to Coach KJ, and he talks about playing complementary football, right? And that means all three phases complement each other. Right now, that Leopard offense is keeping their defense fresh on the field. Like, I know a lot of those kids are going both ways, but just to be able to assert your running game keeps your defense fresh. And then Cameron, obviously coming out, turning the ball over in the first play. Defense had to go right back on the field. Now it looks like another 3 and out. So the Cameron defense right now is probably a little gas, right? So you look for Lorena to really lean on them here on this next drive. I'm really interested to see how Cameron's defense steps up here.
Thanks to H&M Landscape and Sprinkler sponsoring the ticker across the bottom of your screen for those watching on YouTube. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. Call H&M for your all-around landscape and sprinkler needs. Try to pass along some scores from around the area and also in District 11 3A when we get a chance. 7:47 left on the clock. Snap back. Punt looks like it got partially blocked by Jackson Blackwell. It's going to hit at about the Lorena 44-yard line and bounce out of bounds. And that's where we'll take over. And Billy, a young man that's 6'2", 6'3", listed at 310, just broke through that line and looked like he may have got a hand on that punt.
And it may be the only time all night he's not double teamed on a punt return unit. He was able to fly right by his blocker. That is a big, big athletic kid. We've seen him warm up. He does unconventional warm-up stuff. His dad was a power lifter. He's a power lifter. Very accomplished athlete already for a young man.
So Leopards take over with good field position at their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10. 7:40 left to go here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Caden Roberts. Snap back. Roberts back to pass, going deep. He's got a man over the middle, just over the outstretched arms of Jackson Generals. Caden Roberts with a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, a little amped up there by Caden Roberts because Jackson definitely had a step. That's one he's definitely going to want back, But, first down, take the shot there. I love the call there by Coach Beebehouse. Protection was good. You just got to make a better throw there. Caden Roberts knows that. He'll clean that up.
Other action in 11-3A, Little River Academy leading Troy 14-7. That ball game just before halftime. Down the road in Little River. The other 11-3A game tonight, Franklin visiting McGregor. The Franklin Lions up big on McGregor, 21-0 in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 for Lorena. 2 receivers to the left. Now Brett Boyles comes in motion. It's going to be a pass out to Colin Hill on the flat. He's all the way down the left side. Hill breaks the tackle. He's going to be drugged down, but not before he's across the 40-yard line into Cameron territory in a big Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, I love the play design there. Basically, you swing that out. You have, Boyles coming out with a jet sweep look. He essentially at that point becomes a lead blocker. That's a running play. It's going to show up in the stat line as a pass play, but that's an extension of the running game. And at that point, at student body left, you have 2 lead blockers, Braylon Henry out there as well. Really nice job there by Lorena. Colin Hill does look like he was a bit shaken up after a pretty good lick there on the sideline.
He was driven into the turf with some force. So 1st and 10 for Lorena. Spotted at the Cameron 39-yard line. 2 receivers to either side for Caden Roberts. Snap back. Roberts looking to pass. Out over to the left side. It's going to be caught by Carson Miller. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but not before a gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, that's similar to what Cameron was doing to Lorena on their touchdown drive. Real quick stop route. Ball was on the money, and that's probably as easy of 8 yards you're going to get all night.
So pickup of 8 all the way down to the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to either side for Caden Roberts. Pistol formation with Braylon Henry behind him. Snap back to Roberts. Looking to pass. Nowhere to go. Now he's going to take off and run. A little bit of space in the middle. Makes one man miss, but can't make the second guy miss. That's number 15, Xavier Gilman, coming up from his linebacker spot, making really a good play on Caden Roberts, but not before he gets just enough for another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, we continue to see Roberts mature in front of our eyes. Early in the year, that's a ball he would have forced, but he saw it. It wasn't there. He tucked the ball down, picked up the first down. Love what I'm seeing out of Roberts' decision-making. He's really seeing the field well and making sound decisions.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards at the Cameron 30-yard line. Call at the 29. Snap back. Quick pass out over to the left side. Caleb Carrizales with it. He's across the 30 down to the 25-yard line for a gain of 5.
Yeah, Jared, that play doesn't look like much from where we're standing, but you look down at the down and distance now, it's a 5-yard gain. Just pitch and catch, another extension of the running game. So well executed, another nice job by Roberts, the quarterback, to get the ball out there quick and letting his athletes be athletes.
So 2nd and 5, ball at the 25-yard line. 6:18 and counting. Lorena leading 22-7 here in the second quarter. Snap back to Caden Roberts, handoff to Braylon Henry coming right. Henry looks to bounce it outside, nowhere to go. Shoots through a little hole over the right side. Henry driving his legs. Picks up a few more yards with some Cameron defenders on his back. He's across the 20 and down at about the 19-yard line. We'll see if it's enough for a Jesse Britt Automotive first down. It is.
Yeah, Cameron actually had that play well defended. It's a great defensive call. They had guys in the play side gap unblocked. Braylon just has an ability sometimes just to kind of slide through the hole, and we saw that there. Another good, tough run by Braylon Henry, and that's one of those runs that's going to show up as a small gain, but as the game goes on, as we go, as a warm night it is, it's going to wear that Cameron front down.
Leopards inside the ideal self-storage red zone. 1st and 10 at the 18. Brock Cool comes in motion at the H-back position. Handoff, play fake. Pass out over to the right side quickly to Colin Hill. Makes the catch, darts inside, and he'll be right at the first down marker inside the 10-yard line.
Absolutely. A great quick throw there by Caden Roberts on the money. Allowed Colin Hill to have time to get some yak yardage. Great job there on first down for the Leopards.
So 1st and goal for the Leopards, lining up and moving quickly at the 8-yard line. Snap back, handoff, fake to Caden Roberts. pass over the middle, just over the outstretched arms of Jackson Generals.
Yeah, that was basically a play action from the zone play. Generals had inside leverage there. The ball was on the money. That's one Jackson needs to come up with, and he'll clean that up on his next rep, I'm sure.
Kind of had a defender on his back and just really stretching out, try to get all of his 5 foot. I'll give him 5'8", 5'9" frame. So it'll be second and goal from the 8 for the Leopards. 5:20 left to go here in the first half. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry. Correction, Caleb Carrizales right up the middle. Not much, maybe a gain of 1. Carrizales kind of coming in from that pistol position, but not much working.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap here to the Cameron defensive coordinator. They've made some adjustments up front. Those holes in the middle of the defense aren't as big as they were earlier. And I think you saw Lorena see that a little bit and try to go the perimeter. But they're bringing Braylon Henry back in now, and one of Braylon's gifts is he's got great vision. Let's see what he does here on 3rd down and goal.
So pickup of 1, call it 3rd and 7 now. Clock running, 4:47. Correction, looks like the Leopards are going to take a timeout. So Billy, kind of talk about, after a couple of quick scoring drives from the Leopards, now getting the ball back again a 3rd time here in this second quarter. Really kind of trying to grind the clock and control the game.
Yeah, I fully expected them to come out and run tempo and really try to punch in the score here and keep that defense on their heels. But that just shows you the respect that the coaching staff has for the Cameron offensive skill players, because right now they're clearly trying to play ball control, trying to keep that Cameron offense off the field, and probably a great decision because we saw how explosive they were on their touchdown score.
Again, our special thanks to the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Aurora Henry Photography. Another one, Billy, not sure if you had a chance to see the work of Aurora Henry. Happened to see some this week. Former Lorena coach and All-State running back Evan Ward and his wife Caitlin just gave birth to their first child back in August. Saw some newborn pictures of their son Brooks. Absolutely phenomenal. So if you're in the market for baby pictures, fall pictures coming up, certainly check out Aurora Henry Photography. After the timeout, 3rd and goal for the Leopards. Again, 4:47 left to go here in the second quarter. Lorena leading Cameron 22-7. Caden Roberts in the pistol. Braylon Henry behind him. Handoff just Braylon Henry right up the gut. Zone blocking. Henry bounces it out to the right side, and he'll waltz into the end zone for a Bam Builders touchdown. Touchdown, Lorena Leopards. Touchdown, Braylon Henry.
Yeah, that play was absolutely defended well by Cameron. Cameron had guys in all the gaps that play was designed to go, but Braylon, again, has great vision. He was patient, saw the hole to the outside, C gap to the right side. He just basically did a jump cut outside and walked in.
Well, and how about the offensive line just getting a huge push on that play, and then Henry just kind of picks where he wants to go, sees the opening, and goes into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, the adjustment for Cameron was to shore up the inside of the defensive line, and then Braylon just popped it outside, so nice job there by the Leopard offense.
Snap back, James Webb puts his foot into it, drives it through the uprights, and with 4:41 left to go in the first half, Leopards increase their lead 29-7. We'll take a commercial break and come back. This is the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Some of the best breakfast and lunch is now just 5 minutes away from Leopard Field. Flavor on 35 has a new restaurant in the Lorena Plaza by Jack and Jill's Donuts. Enjoy a multitude of items from breakfast burritos and tacos to elotes and hot sandwiches. Come visit the mastermind Brandon Thompson and the rest of the crew as they are open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy the best food in Lorena at Flavor on 35. Available for pickup, dine-in, or delivery. Order online at flavoron35.com.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pawn broadcast, the Lorena Leopards football. Just a quick Pecan Grove Funeral Home stats update. Braylon Henry now 13 rushes, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. Caden Roberts 11 rushes, 56 yards. Caleb Carrizales 1 rush for the 1 yard. But really, a lot of that credit has got to go to the offensive line.
Yeah, Jared, this may be one of those nights that the offensive line gets a Player of the Game award as the entire unit. I'm not sure how we're going to manage that, but right now they've clearly been the difference in this contest.
Yeah, so just really, Tyler Walkendorf at center, Wyatt Jones, Kyler Bosley at the tackles. Also got Carter Norman, Nolan Baden out there. Just all those guys doing a phenomenal job up front tonight.
Yeah, I mean, every offense in the world is going to work if you can get yards like that on the ground, right? So there's definitely Cameron's coaching staff has their work cut out for them to come up with a way to slow down that Lorena running game right now, because they're doing a lot of creative things to try to stop it. But right now, Lorena's just beating them up front.
Again, our special thanks to Pecan Grove Funeral Home. Game stats brought to you by Pecan Grove Funeral Home. Through our door, your healing begins. Ball falls off the tee for James Webb, so he'll retrieve it, put it on the tee. Not really much wind tonight. U.S. flag on the flagpole to our right, hanging limp. Webb with it on the tee this time. This time he drives the ball deep. It's going to be caught by Cardarius Bradley. Bradley coming around to the right side. Big hole across the 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle, and he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. But finally, we see the dynamic running ability from Cardarius Bradley.
Yeah, and that really is the danger when you really get into one like Webb there. You kind of sometimes the term, right, is you outkick your coverage. You get an athlete like him in space, they fake the reverse there, and man, he was one missed tackle from scoring there. So, again, you have to give a lot of respect to these Cameron athletes because, if you miss one tackle, their band's going to play.
You ever outkicked your coverage, Billy?
Currently, yes.
So the Yoeman take over at their own 41-yard line. 4:31 left to go in the first half. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Play fake. Pass out across to the left side. It's going to be caught. Believe that is number 9, Brady Aguirre.
I just love what I see out of Drake there. Just nice fundamental football there. Ball gets out of his hands quick. It's on the money. To the play side shoulder, you want the receiver to cut upfield. I mean, there's nothing but to love what we just saw there from the Cameron quarterback.
So second and a short one. Ball just across midfield into Leopard territory. 3 receivers to the right. Snap back to Braylon Drake in the pocket. Now he's going to be flushed out. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be wrapped up by Cooper Key. Huge sack for the Leopard defense.
And another guy that we have to mention his name is Seth Taverner. He didn't make the tackle. He's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but his outside penetration outside there really forced Drake to step up in the pocket to the rest of his teammates get the sack.
So that's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd and 5. Third and 5, all back. Ball all the way back at the 47-yard line. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Slant route coming across. Defended well from Carson Miller, the sophomore, stepping up, knocking the ball loose as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, great technique there by Miller. It appeared to be a little bit of contact when the ball got there, but the flag stayed in the pocket. And you love to see that from a young player, Miller, gaining experience. He's out there, his first experience. We saw him against La Vega, playing some explosive athletes. Great job of not getting his hand on the back if he didn't, and getting his hand in there to drop the ball down.
So a huge Lorena Dental 3rd down, followed up by a Montgomery Roofing defensive 3rd down stop. Montgomery Roofing, we roof Texas. So it'll be Braylon Drake back in punt formation again for the Yeoman. Snap back. He's going to put his right foot into it. High kick. It's going to bounce at about the 26-yard line. Jackson Generals lets it fall, and it will roll just right at the 20-yard line where it'll be down. 3:02 left to go here in the first half. And, Billy, we've talked about it kind of all game. Leopard defense stepping up again. And that time, the big 3rd down pass breakup by the sophomore Carson Miller.
Yeah, Cameron got the look they wanted. You obviously you have the youngster out there against a really talented player, and Miller was able to make the play. And that's incredibly deflating if you're the Cameron defense because you're right back on the field with 3 minutes ago. You've given up some drives here. Now it's a big gut check, right? You have to keep Lorena off the scoreboard here going into halftime. Try to keep this game within reach. So great job all the way around there by the Leopard offense because that Cameron offense can definitely make you pay if you don't execute.
Leopard's 2 timeouts. 3:02 left to go here in the second quarter. Lorena up 29-7. 1st and 10 from the 20. Pass out to Caleb Carrizales on the left side. A lot of blockers in front of him. Flag down. Carrizales across the 30-yard line where he is tackled. But there is a flag down kind of in the area of holding, and the officials waste no time in signaling the holding call against Lorena.
Jared, outside of the holding call, the play design I just love. Football, we overcomplicate this game. This game's about getting your guys out in space, outnumbering your opponent if you can outflank him, and that's basically what Lorena's doing there with that look. The holding call sets them at a 1st and 20 now. But, man, just from a schematic standpoint, Coach Peavy-House, I just love what he's doing on offense right now.
So they'll mark it off from the spot of the foul. So it looks like they're going to back him up 6 yards. It'll be 1st and 16 from the 14. Clock running, 2:51 left to go. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Caden Roberts. Snap back. He's going to fake it, throws it out wide, just overthrows Jackson Generals. Tried to climb the ladder and get it, just a bit too tall.
Yeah, Roberts there, he had his guy. He had him open. Elbow got down just a little bit, and the ball sailed on him. But in this area of the field, you got to make sure that, you try not to overthrow the ball there because, that could be in a pick six really easy, and that gets Cameron right back in the ball game. So ball security right now, ball security, ball security.
So it'll be 2nd and 16. Again, ball back on the Lorena 14-yard line. 2:43 left to go here in the second quarter. Lorena leading 29-7. Snap back. It's going to be a draw play to Braylon Henry over the left side. A lot of room to run. Closed in quickly by the Cameron defenders. It'll be about a pickup of 6 on 2nd down.
Yeah, really nice job there on the edge by the Cameron corner safety, because if he doesn't make that play, there's a lot of running room there. But a really nice job for him coming up, making the play, setting up a 3rd and long for Cameron, and see if they can't get the ball back here and get some points before half.
So to bring up a 3rd and 11 from the 19. Clock running 2:09, 2:08 and counting. Again, Leopards leading 29-7 on the CF Supply scoreboard. Snap back, gets by Caden Roberts. He retrieves it, see what he can do with the ball. Goes outside, now he chunks it, just looks like he throws it out of bounds, does the smart play with it, but not the execution that you're looking for when you're deep in your own territory.
Yeah, we've seen some issues with the snap all night. That was another one there on 3rd and long. Again, Caden Roberts did his best job there managing it. He tried to scramble out, see if anybody could get open, but I love the decision by him. You're up 22 points, just throw the ball out of bounds, let your defense go back on the field.
I think he had more time than he probably realized, but not going to fault the young man for making the smart play. So it'll be 4th down, call it 11 from the 19. Braylon Henry back in punt formation. Leopards with an interesting punt formation, kind of spread out across the line there. Snap back to Henry. Puts his right foot into it, drives it low. It's going to get a good Lorena bounce. Picked up at about the 38-yard line. Believe that is number 6, Jaquarius Hardman. He's going to take it back the distance. He cut right through the middle of the Leopard defense, untouched. So he's going to go 62 yards for the punt return touchdown. And with 1:40 left to go, Cameron cuts back into the Lorena lead, 29-13.
That is just what the doctor ordered if you're a Cameron fan listening or watching at home. A special teams touchdown there, massive for them. Braylon got his foot into the ball well, but it was a line drive. And, again, kicked his coverage. Great return by that young man.
So number 10, Omero Nahara, on to attempt the extra point for the Yoeman. Yoeman still need to run another player out there. That looks like that's Rody Aguirre coming on late. Snap back, kick is up, and just tucks it inside the left upright. And so with 1:40 left to go in the first half, Cameron cuts into the Leopard lead, scores now Lorena 29, Cameron 14. We'll take a commercial break and come back. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Need extra storage space? Ideal Self Storage has what you need. Locally owned and operated with many convenient locations in Central Texas, we offer climate-controlled and drive-up units, and now proudly offer boat and RV storage as well. Rent from the convenience of your home or on the go. Our website makes it easy to make payments, rent or reserve your space, or update account information. For peace of mind, we offer state-of-the-art camera and gate systems, smart units that alert you to motion in your space, and responsive on-site managers. Visit us online at idealstorage.com or come by one of our many locations to grab your storage space today.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast, Lorena Leopard football. The CF Supply scoreboard reads Leopards 29, Yoeman 14. 1:40 left to go here in the first half, and Billy, kind of a rough go for the Leopards. Get stopped on defense and then have to punt. But got to tip your hat to Jaquarius Hardman. Takes the line drive punt, runs it back over 60 yards for the touchdown. Kind of gets the Yoeman back into this game. A little momentum.
Yeah, it's a play that Cameron definitely need to bring some life back to their sideline. It's a big momentum swing in a high school game. But it really now the Leopard offense is their turn to respond. They got a minute 40. We'll see if they're aggressive if they keep it on the ground here.
Leopards with 3 return men back. Colin Hill, Sean Coleman, and Jackson Generals. Omero Nahara with the ball on the tee for the Yoeman. He drives the ball deep. It's going to be caught by Coleman right at the 5-yard line, who hands it off to Jackson Generals coming to the right side. Some blockers in front of him across the 20, and he's going to be pushed out at the 25-yard line, flagged down at about the 24. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Kind of worried that could be coming back. Officials will come out and spot the ball. Looks like it's blocking the back against the Leopards, and really not what we want to see from the Leopard special teams on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it 2 weeks in a row here at the end of the first half. Lorena's a lot of self-inflicted wounds here, and it showed its ugly head against La Vega, giving up 14 points here before halftime. And again, a needless penalty on a special teams play sets them back with poor field position here on their drive.
So 1:32 left to go. Leopards still with 2 timeouts, up 29-14. Again, Jared Brown, Billy Rutherford, Rick Jesperson, the statistician, Jace Andrews producing, Ben Huey on the camera. Snap back to Braylon Henry. Huge hole up the middle. Now he cuts it over to the right side. He's going to be hit. Ball's going to pop out, and it looks like the Yoeman have recovered. So an unfortunate string of events for Lorena, and they turn the ball over after only 1 play.
Yeah, another big play there by Cameron, getting the crowd back into it. Now, they got the ball inside the Leopard 15-yard line with 1:25 to go. Looking to cut this lead to possibly 8 points, Jared.
Well, for about the first 23 minutes of this first half, call it 20 minutes of this first half, Leopards were in control. Now these last couple of minutes, wheels starting to come off. See if this Leopard defense can step up and get a play here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cameron at the Lorena 19-yard line. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Play fake. Nowhere to go. He's going to be met by Joe Irie and Seth Tevener for a huge sack all the way back across the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great job there by the Leopard defensive front getting penetration. Drake didn't really have any time to throw the ball. Good play by him, not forcing anything, but that Leopard defense came shot out of a cannon. Big stop there on first down for Lorena.
So about a loss of 6 on the play. Call it 7. 2nd and 17 at the 21-yard line. Under a minute left to go here in the first half. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Play fake. He's going to throw it out outside to Jaquarius Hardman, who's got all day to run. And he's going to break a tackle and dive into the end zone. And so it's back-to-back touchdowns for the Cameron Yoeman. Back-to-back touchdowns for Jaquarius Hardman.
Yeah, great job there. Great throw. The play was blocked well and a great run after the catch. So Cameron right back in this ball game. We've seen Lorena do it last week. We see it do it this week. To giving up these big touchdowns here late in the first half. And they're killers.
And it looked like a couple of Leopard defenders had a chance to tackle Hardman, but with all the momentum in the world, young man just would not be denied. Takes it into the end zone. Nahara with the kick. It's up and through, and just like that, with 41 seconds left to go in the first half, the new score on the CF Supply scoreboard is Lorena 29, Cameron 28. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Do you know that your dream home could be just one call away? At BAM Builders, we believe that you deserve your ideal home. That's why we rely on quality, experience, and transparency to give you exactly that. Since 2015, we have been utilizing the highest quality materials and the most professional team to ensure exceptional construction of your custom home. So, give us a call at 254-716-9987 or visit our website, builtbybam.com. Your dream home awaits at BAM Builders.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. That scoreboard is not a mistake. Back-to-back touchdowns by Cameron have them back in this ball game. Now down only by a touchdown. Leopards leading 29-21. Only 41 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Billy, Leopard offense and defense just kind of falling flat right now. Really need to get some leadership from those upperclassmen.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to hand it to Cameron, right? I mean, Leopard mistakes have been really amplified and highlighted by Cameron execution. So, yes, Leopard mistakes have got Cameron back in the game, but Cameron's made the plays to jump right back in it. So, we have the ball game we thought we were going to have, folks.
So, Nahara with the ball on the tee. Leopards with 3 return men once again. Nahara drives this ball deep. It's going to be caught by Jackson Generals, who's going to fake it, give it to Colin Hill this time. Hill gets by one man across the 20, 25, breaks another tackle. And it's going to be all the way out to the 35-yard line, but a late flag comes in. And then another flag thrown after the play, so we'll have to see what happens. Colin Hill pleading his case with the officials. Billy, I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like there may be a block in the back down here, but didn't see what happened after the fact.
Yeah, there was some extracurriculars here down on the Cameron sideline. I'm not really sure what happened, but definitely looked like a block in the back or a hold here on the return team.
We'll have to wait and see as the officials have kind of gathered together to talk about it. Cameron coach is out on the field, visibly upset as well, so not really sure what happened. We'll have to wait to get the call.
You know, when we go back, Jared, to Cameron there making this a one-score game. Now it's gotten chippy again, right? This is back to being a rivalry game. Before those 14 points, the air was kind of out of the stadium. You had a lot of Cameron players, hands on hips, and now they're right back in it.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Lorena. And now the referee will trot across the field to try to explain what's going on with the penalty to Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson. Again, Coach Johnson kind of bends over at the waist to get down to the same height level as the referee. KJ is solid, call it 6'4", 6'5" at least.
Jared, it's an old football adage. The first 5 minutes of the second half and the last 5 minutes of the first half are massively important to the swing of football games, and we've seen Cameron here capitalize. Lorena's got to find a way to get to halftime and regroup, because right now all the momentum's on the Cameron side of the field.
Well, 32 seconds left to go. Ball is marked back at the Lorena 20-yard line. We'll see what the Leopards do. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Caden Roberts. Snap back is going to hand it off to Braylon Henry, coming right up to the middle of the field. Henry with a huge hole out across the 30-yard line, where he'll be right at the first down marker, and it should be enough for a Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, nice run there inside by Braylon Henry. Cameron obviously content to let him run that play and get into halftime.
I think the Leopards not going to call timeout. I think they're going to be content to, they're coming up to run one more play, maybe clock ticking 16, 15, 14. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry, running right up the middle again. Henry will be across the 35-yard line, dragged down to the 36, and another late flag. That's got to be a face mask. So we'll wait for the call, but only 8 seconds left to go. And I think if you're Lorena, you just want to get to halftime. Still up 29-21. Looks like it is a face mask call. That'll be a 15-yard penalty added on to the end of that run. So that'll take it all the way out to the 40, should be the 45-yard line. He was tackled right at the.
Yeah, Jared, that penalty actually changed the complexion of this in the first half, because Lorena was content just to go into halftime, but now they're getting the ball here at midfield. Caden Roberts has a big arm. You're probably going to see a jump ball in the end zone here.
You got nothing to lose. We'll see if the Leopards decide to use a timeout. We're going to see three receivers to the right, one to the left. Braylon Henry in the backfield to Caden Roberts left. Clock running 7-6. Snap back to Caden Roberts. See if he gets all the time in the world. Throws it to Colin Hill, who jumps out of bounds at the 35-yard line with 1 second left on the clock. Smart play there by Colin Hill. He takes it all the way from midfield to the 35, a 15-yard gain, a Jesse Britt Automotive first down, but most importantly, 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah, real good job of him get out of bounds and knowing the time on the clock. And Lorena's taking a timeout here, going to discuss it. We know Webb has a big leg, but this would be a 50-plus yarder.
It'd be a 52-yarder from where they have it spotted. I don't know if Webb has that kind of leg in it or in him, but certainly makes it manageable. I mean, Caden Roberts definitely has the arm to throw it into the end zone. You've got guys like Brock Kuhl, Seth Tavener, both over 6'4", call it 6'5". Good jumping ability. You'd love to see at least try to give them something to get down in the end zone and try to make a play.
Yeah, absolutely. This is when you really would like to see number 7, number 6 out there for Lorena. Those are your playmakers. But Lorena's got plenty of playmakers out there dressed tonight, like you spoke to, Kuhl and Tavener. So let's see what transpires here on this ball. We know Roberts has plenty of arm. The big deal here is secure the snap and throw an accurate ball in the end zone. Try not to turn it over. See what happens.
So the ball is on the left hash, spotted right at the 35-yard line. 1 second to go here in the second quarter. Lorena leading 29-21 here at Yo Field in Cameron, Texas. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back to Caden Roberts. He throws it over the middle. He's got Brock Cool, who hands it off to Colin Hill. Ball is loose. Now it's going to be picked up by Cameron defender. Jackson Generals runs him out of bounds. There's a flag down. The half is over. And Billy, I kind of understand the hook and lateral idea there for Lorena, but Brock Cool had a lot of room to run in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, that I love the play design, but that's, when I spoke earlier about ball security, that's kind of what I was speaking to. You don't want to give up a cheap score here the other way by putting the ball on the turf, and we almost saw that there.
Not sure what the penalty call was, but referees are waving it off, and that's going to take us to halftime. Your halftime score, Lorena 29, Cameron 21. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, you'll have the opportunity to watch the award-winning Lorena High School Marching Band. You're watching the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
You don't need me to tell you that our little ones grow up so fast, but look at these pictures, each one beautifully crafted by Aurora Henry Photography to capture life's special memories so that Lorena families will have them for life. From your newborns to your newlyweds, Aurora Henry Photography will create, capture, and preserve life's most special moments with your loved ones and turn them into memories made for a lifetime. Schedule your 30, 60, or 90-minute session today with Aurora Henry Photography on Facebook or Instagram, or call 254-723-2890. Aurora Henry.
For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a synthetic blend oil change for only $25.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation, free brake check, free alignment check, and a 22-point inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service. For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a computerized alignment for only $49.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation and free visual brake inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of not only Lorena Leopard football, but also the award-winning Lorena High School Marching Band and the Legacy Dance Team. We're going to step aside for a few minutes and let you enjoy the 2023 marching performance. Again, it's the award-winning Lorena High School Marching Band and Legacy Dance Team. Again, that is the award-winning Lorena High School Marching Band and their 2023 marching show. And Billy, I don't know what I'm more impressed about, just the way that the band moves. They've obviously doing it to the set of Stranger Things, but you see those band members turn upside down and still able to play. I got dizzy just looking at it.
Yeah, I mean they're using inversion tables as part of their solo. And also, they've got LED light sashes on the band. I mean, just every week they kind of throw a new nuance to it. It really is an incredible show.
And then you also may have seen down there in the percussion area, the pit as they call it, kicker James Webb, also a member of the marching band. So great to see that young man kind of putting all of his talents on display.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what makes high school football so special, because that kid tonight could possibly make a field goal to win this game or a big extra point. At halftime, he's down here with his bandmates playing drums, and he's putting every ounce of effort into those drums as he is playing football.
Okay, well, with a little over 13 minutes left to go here at halftime, again, your halftime score, Lorena 29, Cameron 21. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk some halftime stats, give you some scores from around the area, and also talk about what to look forward to here in the second half. You're watching the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
1990 Lorena graduate and multi-year football letterman Grant Neal, owner of Pioneer Pest Control, proudly supports Lorena Athletics. Pioneer Pest Control has serviced the community and surrounding area since 2015. Pioneer Pest Control is proud to be your go-to partner for all your pest control needs. Call us at 254-421-8606 today for a free estimate. Once a leopard, always a leopard. Go Big Red.
When storms damage your roof, there's only one place to call, and it's Montgomery Construction and Roofing. MCR offers detailed bids for affordable quality roof repair and replacement. Schedule your free inspection and make sure your damage is repaired right the first time. Our claim specialist can help walk you through filing an insurance claim for wind and hail, too.
Say goodbye to damaged roofs and yes to Montgomery Construction and Roofing. We roof Texas, and we are here to serve you.
Are you ready to elevate your IT game, Central Texas? Look no further than Bastion IT Solutions, your trusted local IT experts. At Bastion, we're your go-to resource for small business IT needs. Whether it's hardware and software support, robust security, or streamlining your network, we've got you covered. Reach out today for a free consultation and let's give your business IT the boost it deserves. Bastion IT Solutions, your local IT partner. Visit our website at itbastion.com. That's Bastion IT Solutions, the Central Texas IT experts you can trust.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. You're watching the Yo High School marching band, and Billy, as I'm looking out at the Yo marching band, just like James Webb, a band member for the Leopards marching band, the Cameron kicker, number 10, Omero Nahara, out there as well, marching with his bandmates. So interesting to see both kickers for either team also doubling as important members of their band.
Yeah, if things get really tight and we go into a bunch of overtimes, maybe we'll just have them do a duel off and decide the game that way.
Kind of looking at some halftime stats, and again, our special thanks to Pecan Grove Funeral Home for their sponsorship of Leopard football. Billy, Leopards with 245 yards rushing, 84 yards passing on offense. The Yoeman, 8 yards rushing, 105 yards passing, but yet the score 29-21. So this, we kind of talked about in the break just how important those last two drives. Well, the punt return for the touchdown, and then the Lorena turnover on the first play from scrimmage gave the ball back to the Yoeman. They scored 2 touchdowns really without having to do a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, this game felt like it should have been 3 possessions heading into halftime, right? Lorena was kind of doing everything they wanted on offense. They were, for the most part, corralling the Cameron offense for the exception of the one big play. But those big plays there at the end, the really Lorena mistakes, hats off to Cameron for capitalizing on them. And, Jared, we have a one-possession game now, and, going in here to the second half, so Lorena's back in this dogfight in a game that it felt like they dominated.
Well, and I think it kind of speaks to 2 things. One, we talked about obviously protecting the middle of the field, and we've seen a lot of, as Cameron got the long touchdown pass to Goolsby kind of on the outside, but then he cuts up and goes up the middle of the field, and then just the punt return for a touchdown. Hardman goes right through the heart of that Lorena punt return or punt team for the touchdown. So in that regard, yes, got to still defend the middle of the field. And then we talked about it as one of our Flavor on 35 keys to the game, that this is personal and that this has really become a rivalry between 2 quality schools, and you're seeing it on display tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we have a big crowd here in Cameron. The community supports all sports teams, but specifically football. And they were out of the game. They were out of the game with about 10 minutes to go, kind of hoping for something to cheer about. And the Cameron team responded, got them back in the game, also giving them life. And, again, Lorena had that opportunity there to close out the first half to really kind of step on the throat, figuratively speaking, of course, to kind of put this one away early. And, again, I can't credit Cameron, the coaching staff, and the players enough for finding a way to get back in the game, right? I mean, that's why you play 2 halves, that's why you play 4 quarters, and hats off to them. But definitely Lorena mistakes fueled a lot of that comeback in the end of the first quarter.
And really, you look at the stats. Only 8 yards net rushing for Cameron in the first half. Kadarius Bradley, 4 rushes for 14 yards. Braylon Drake, -6 yards rushing, but that came, largely due to a couple of sacks by the Lorena defense. So the defense has done well outside of the one big long pass play to Goolsby. They've done a pretty solid job, so you've got to think they'll make some adjustments, come out in the second half. I definitely expect to see that Lorena defensive line to still get a little bit of penetration, get push up into the pocket, because as we've seen anything with Braylon Drake, he likes to sit back in the pocket, not necessarily somebody who's going to take off and run. He can run when he needs to, but he really likes to sit in that pocket, find that open receiver, and deliver a strike. So, credit to that Lorena defensive line, Blackwell, Irie, Tavener, Carter Norman as well, Cooper Key in there. And they're really going to have to do a lot to really, come out and help the Leopards in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen from Drake, we saw it last year in the contest. We've seen it here in the first half. When he gets the ball out on time and he can go through his reads, he's an extremely accurate passer. If you can get some pressure, and this is really any quarterback, not just Drake, but if you can get some pressure in his face, it throws off the time a little bit, makes the throw a little harder. We saw it on the interception.
Conversely, for the Leopards in the first half, we mentioned the 245 yards rushing. That's 17 carries for 188 yards, 3 touchdowns for Braylon Henry. Caden Roberts, 11 rushes, 56 yards. Caleb Carrizales also had a rush for a yard. And so Leopards obviously being able to run the ball. Do you think they'll stick with that game plan in the second half?
Well, I feel like, a lot of it, the way they've been running the offense, specifically the last touchdown drive, was they were really kind of taking what Cameron gave them. So a lot of that, I think, is going to be kind of predicated on how Cameron chooses to defend Lorena. If they continue to load the box, which they did there in that last drive for Lorena, then you have to get the ball out on the perimeter. And we've seen that with the bubble screens and extension of the running game. If Cameron decides to defend the perimeter like that, you're going to see Lorena buzz it up back inside. So I really do think Coach Peavyhouse won't commit to something until he knows what Cameron's doing. And that's really why his offense, I think, is so well developed and so well schemed out, because he really does. The ball is spread around. He takes what the defense gives you. And when you do that, you really put the defensive coordinator in a tough spot.
A little bit more than 5 minutes remaining here at halftime. The Cameron Band has finished their marching show. I'll tell you what, we'll take one more commercial break, and when we come back, it'll be time set for the second half. Again, the halftime score, Lorena 29, Cameron 21. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Now more than ever, our schools must be welcoming and engaging, safe and secure. For nearly 40 years, True North Consulting Group has been helping school districts across the U.S. develop effective technology infrastructure, campus safety, and media-rich classroom systems. Our name, True North, says it all, and as we like to say, we didn't invent consulting, we just made it personal. True North is a friend to public education and a proud supporter of our Lorena Lepords. Today is a great day to celebrate the Leopard Way.
Since 1998, the guiding principle of Pecan Grove Funeral Home has been, through our door, your healing begins. With sincerity and pride, we thank our hometown families for the honor of serving the community for over 25 years. Pecan Grove Funeral Home's dedicated staff includes Lorena alumni as well as parents of current students that proudly support the Lorena Lepords.
Some of the best breakfast and lunch is now just 5 minutes away from Leopard Field. Flavor on 35 has a new restaurant in the Lorena Plaza by Jack and Jill's Donuts. Enjoy a multitude of items from breakfast burritos and tacos to elotes and hot sandwiches. Come visit the mastermind Brandon Thompson and the rest of the crew as they are open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy the best food in Lorena at Flavor on 35. Available for pickup, dine-in, or delivery. Order online at flavoron35.com.
Need extra storage space? Ideal Self Storage has what you need. Locally owned and operated with many convenient locations in Central Texas, we offer climate-controlled and drive-up units and now proudly offer boat and RV storage as well. Rent from the convenience of your home or on the go. Our website makes it easy to make payments, rent or reserve your space, or update account information. For peace of mind, we offer state-of-the-art camera and gate systems, smart units that alert you to motion in your space, and responsive on-site managers. Visit us online at idealstorage.com or come by one of our many locations to grab your storage space today.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. A few minutes left to go here at halftime. Leopards leading 29-21. Billy, I think you posed a great question during the break. Which Lorena team are we going to see come out here to start the second half? Are we going to see the one that marched down the field 96 yards, 85 yards to put points on the board, touchdowns in the end zone? Or are we going to see the team that was kind of out of sync, fumbling the ball at the end of the half and giving up the big punt returns?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a lot this year, but I really do feel like that was probably the best 16 minutes of Lorena football to open the game that we'd seen all year. They were clicking on all cylinders, minimizing the mistakes. They were blocking well up front, executing, pitching, catching, tackling in space on defense. But that swing by Cameron really does. It'll creep that doubt into your head going to the locker room, and I'm sure Coach KJ probably was pretty animated at halftime. So I expect Lorena to come out with fire. But, again, that's deflating. That's 2 weeks in a row. And you really have to avoid the here we go again syndrome, right? But we did see them last week fight back, and really they were in that game at the end against La Vega. And, again, if that game goes another 2 minutes, I think Lorena probably pulls that one out. So I expect to see the Leopards come out swinging here.
Wanted to pass along some scores. The other two other games in 11-3A tonight. At halftime, Little River Academy leads Troy 28-14. Over in McGregor, also at halftime, Franklin up big on the Bulldogs, leading 41-0. Other kind of pertinent scores, I'd say, in the area. At halftime, Hutto leads Midway 27-17. Good to see the Panthers hanging in on a very good Hutto team. Brownwood leading Conley at halftime, 17-14. Over on the other side of Lake Waco, Dallas Parish Episcopal leads China Spring 21-7. That game about to start the third quarter. Up in Dallas, Waco La Vega all over Dallas Roosevelt 41-0. West up on Dallas Madison 23-14. Robinson leading Hillsborough 21-0. That game in the fourth quarter. And then the game that I know Billy was excited to hear about, Duncanville, number 1 in 6A, leading Cedar Hill 56-0.
I believe we have some distinguished Duncanville alumni in the booth with us tonight, Jared, with our stat guy, Rick Jesperson, and obviously our esteemed play-by-play guy, Jared Brown, both Duncanville alumni.
Go Panthers. But right now, as the clock ticks down, both teams out of their respective run-out tunnels. I'll switch my cap from being a Panther to a Leopard, and we will get ready to start the second half. Cameron won the toss, chose to receive, so that means the Leopards will get the ball here in the first half, which I think is incredibly important. Leopards are going to try to come down, at least get some points on the board to kind of stop that Yoeman momentum.
Yeah, I mean, really the best thing that ails you in a game like this is really just getting back to your game plan, getting back to your initial week of practice, all those things you worked on that worked in the first half. Of course, Cameron's going to have wrinkles and some adjustments. Obviously, Lorena's going to have those too, but I think you just line up and you go right at Cameron. I think that, you stick with what works. Let Caden Roberts do the play action, get him back in the run game a little bit. Lean on your guys up front. To this part of the game, the Lorena offensive line has been the difference makers. But again, we got a single, one possession game here, and hats off to Cameron for making it though.
So 12 minutes on the clock. The CF Supply scoreboard reads Lorena 29, Cameron 21. Again, billed with CF Supply. I want to say thank you to their support of Lorena Leopard Athletics. I also want to thank Ultra Camper Repair, True North Consulting, Ideal Self Storage, Pecan Grove Funeral Home, Pioneer Pest Control, Lorena Dental, Montgomery Roofing, Bastion IT Solutions, Aurora Henry Photography, and Flavor on 35. So Nahara with the ball on the tee, kicks it deep, high and deep down the right side. It's going to be caught by Jackson Generals, bringing it out himself across the 20-yard line. He'll be wrestled down at about the 27-yard line. Solid kick return for Jackson Generals, and the Leopards will take over on offense.
Yeah, they went away from the reverse look that they've been running a lot. That was just Jackson basically hitting the, they don't really have a wedge anymore. That got outlawed, but he hit right up inside the hashes for a nice return. But nice job by Cameron getting down, staying in the lanes, and making the tackle.
When we talked about just Nahara really kind of gets that ball up in the air, allows his team to get underneath it. So Generals with a good job coming back across the field. So Leopards with it, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 3 receivers come out to the left for Caden Roberts in the shotgun with Braylon Henry to his right. Snap back, going to be a quarterback draw. Roberts following Braylon Henry on the right side of his offensive line. He's going to be dragged down. Minimal gain on 1st down by Brody Aguirre.
Yeah, we actually saw the first adjustment there from Cameron. They're spying Roberts there from the backside, knowing that if he doesn't throw that bubble, he's going to go to the other side. So great adjustment so far by Cameron.
Stacked formation to either side for Caden Roberts. Braylon Henry off to his right. 2nd and 6, call it 7. Handoff to Braylon Henry. Patiently waiting behind his offensive line. Good job by the Cameron defensive line to stop him for maybe a gain of 1 on 2nd down.
Yeah, definitely another good job at the point of attack by the Cameron defensive line, setting up a 3rd and short here for Lorena. Good tough run there by Braylon Henry. There wasn't a whole lot there, and he lowered his shoulder and got a couple yards.
So 3rd and about, call it a long 4 from the 33-yard line. Pistol formation for Lorena. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry right up the middle. Big hole for Henry. Dives forward, and he will have the 1st down for the Leopards.
Yeah, big hole at the point of attack, right, little A-gap run there, right up the gut. We've seen that work really well right behind Walkendorf and Wyatt Jones, but a really nice job there running the alley by the Cameron free safety, because if he doesn't make that tackle, I think Braylon's off to the races.
So Leopards pick up 4 and another Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down. Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service. 10-29, 29-21. Jackson Generals in motion. Snap back, a little bit low for Caden Roberts. He's going to take off and run with it. He'll pick up a solid gain of 4. Billy, looked like kind of a busted play as the snap was a little low.
Yeah, they were trying to run the student body bubble screen out to the side, and it looked like it was actually there. But a low snap, kind of short hop, Caden Roberts. Roberts did a good job just picking up 4 yards there.
So ball at the 41 now, 2nd and 6. 2 receivers to either side for Caden Roberts. Now Jackson Generals comes in motion to the right side. Snap back out to Colin Hill out on the right side, takes the bubble screen all the way across midfield before he's drugged down behind solid blocking. Carter Norman out there from his right tackle spot, opening a big hole, and another Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down.
Yeah, Jared, I didn't hear the play call, but it looked like the exact same play they just ran. Just obviously Roberts was able to catch the snap that time, and we saw how effective that scheme was there. And it's going to put Cameron in a spot where they're going to have to really try to not get outnumbered on the perimeter.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards, just inside Cameron territory at their own 49-yard line. Jackson Generals in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep handoff around the right side. Not much doing for Jackson Generals, and he's going to be driven down for no gain on 1st down. Number 56, John Torres, getting out there from his defensive lineman spot.
Yeah, really good job there by Cameron by setting the edge, and then Torres obviously running his pursuit angle. A defensive lineman's dream. You get a full head of steam to be able to hit one of those skill players. Great job there. Set up a 2nd and long for Lorena.
So 2nd, call it 8 from the Cameron 47-yard line. Clock under 9 minutes and counting on the CF Supply scoreboard. 2 receivers to the left. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Play action pass. Rolling to his left. Looking downfield. Pass had a wide open Seth DeVerner, just a little too tall for the Leopard tight end.
Yeah, I mean, he was wide open on the drag route coming across the middle. Robert, that's a tough throw for Roberts. He's got to get his shoulders opened up, square to the receiver. Again, he got his elbow down just a little bit. We've seen that from him from time to time. He's a big, tall kid. Ball sailed on him a little bit, but that definitely was a good play call, and it was there, and we'll see if Leopards come back to that later in the game.
So we'll call it 3rd and 8 from the 47. 8:46 to go here in the third quarter. Lorena leading 29-21. Cameron fans on their feet. Snap back. It'll be a quarterback draw to Caden Roberts. Kind of a delayed draw as he followed Braylon Henry through the hole, but the Cameron defense not moving. And they stopped him for maybe a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up about 4th and call it 6, 7. Really interesting situation here if you're Lorena. It's a long way to go on 4th down, but you're kind of in that no man's land. Looks like the punt team's going to come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good tough run there by Caden Roberts. He really was tackled high and low there, so we hope the kid's okay. He ran off the field well, but yeah, great job there by the Cameron defense getting a stop and the Leopard punt team out to, it looks like they're going to kick the ball. We'll see if there's a gadget up the sleeve here.
Kason Goolsby and Jacorius Hardiman back deep for the Leopards. And it looked like Camden Stoss on to punt for the Leopards. It's going to be a delay of game against the Leopards. It'll back them up 5 yards. I don't know that that's really going to make a huge difference. It's just got to give Stoss a little more room to put his foot into the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a rugby technique there with Stoss, but it appeared that he was actually going to head upfield when he caught the ball, so that penalty may have just changed a fake call, but maybe it was a rugby-style kick.
So ball now back at the Lorena 49. Snap back to Stoss. He puts his right foot into it. Big high kick over the right side. It's going to bounce at about the 20. And it'll be downed at about the 22-yard line by Parker Roberson.
Got a
flag down, so we'll see what the call is.
Good job there by Stoss. Nice high punt. Basically preventing a big return. We've seen how explosive these Cameron return men are, so really well executed there by the Leopard special teams.
Called an illegal formation against the Leopards. I think they had too many men, what they would call in the backfield, kind of that with 3 men back there. Maybe somebody wasn't on the line of scrimmage that was supposed to be. So it looks like they're going to add 5 yards to the end of the kick. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cameron. 7:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Lorena leading 29-21. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on YouTube, also 101.3 FM. Jared Brown, Billy Rutherford bringing you the call. Jace Andrews producing. Doctor of Pharmacy, Rick Jesperson, our statistician. Ben Huey on the camera. 1st and 10 for Cameron. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Handoff up the middle. Good job by Alex Martinez coming up to make the play. Gain of 4 to Kadarius Bradley.
Yeah, nice run inside there by Bradley, and they saw the Cameron offensive line there get pushed. One of the first times all day they were able to move Irie and Blackwell off the point of attack. Nice gain, set up a 2nd and short.
So 2nd and 5 for the Yoeman. Get handoff right at the middle of Bradley. Kind of gets tripped up by the turf monster. Falls forward, but he picks up a 1st down for the Yoeman.
And this can't be understated, Jared. Drake's play fakes, the quarterback for Cameron, are really affecting the eyes of the Leopard linebackers right now. Like, he tucked it and took off to the Leopard sideline, and a lot of Leopard linebackers were following him, allowing the running back to get on him really quick. And if he doesn't trip up there, that's a big play for Cameron.
Well, we saw only a few rushes in the first half for Bradley, I think for 14 yards. Looks like Cameron really wanted to kind of control the clock here in the second half. 6:41 and counting. 2 receivers to either side for Braylon Drake in the shotgun. Snap back. He's going to play fake to Bradley. Being chased by Jackson Blackwell. Pass is thrown out over the right side. It's going to be caught just across midfield. That is number 14, Elijah Goodrum, with the catch.
Yeah, Jackson Blackwell was in Drake's face the whole time. Drake did a nice job of scrambling out, got his shoulders turned around, threw a strike to his receiver. Miller on the coverage for Lorena did all he could there. That's just a really nice throw, a good route for a big gain on first down.
Gain of 8 on first down for the Yeoman, brings up a 2nd and 2 just inside Lorena territory at the Leopard 49-yard line. Snap back to Drake, hands it off to Bradley right up the middle. Ball's on the turf. Mad scramble for it. Leopards say they have it. We'll see who comes up with it. And coming out of it is Seth DeVerner with the ball. Leopards with a huge Montgomery Roofing turnover.
Yeah, Seth DeVerner, another big play tonight for the Leopard defense. And that's really, we saw that in the first half with Cameron. They needed a turnover that got him back in the game. That's a big turnover there for Lorena again at midfield. We saw it in the first half. Lorena was able to get the turnover and score subsequently on that drive. We'll see if that happens again here.
And not sure if Bradley ever fully had control of that ball. It looked like he was trying to really grasp it and tuck it away as he hit the middle of that pile. Good job of the Leopard defense to pop it out. Again, Montgomery Roofing defensive turnover. Montgomery Roofing, Strelsky Roofs, Texas. Leopards take over at the 49-yard line. Caden Roberts back to pass. Nobody open. Now he's looking, running left. And he's just going to fire it out of bounds. Correction, that's Caleb Carrizales coming back. Leaps up, makes the catch, but looks like he does land out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, really nice effort there by Carrizales, and as well as Roberts just to get the ball out. I thought Roberts was going to throw it in the bleachers because we've seen that tonight. But he threw the ball where Carrizales could get his hands on it. Just Carrizales wasn't able to get his feet in. But great effort by both those kids. But, this Cameron defense is flying around the football right now. They've definitely made adjustments. They're playing at a different pace right now, playing confident football on defense.
So 2nd and 10 for the Leopards at their own 49-yard line. Snap back, hand off to Braylon Henry coming left. Henry cuts it back across the field to the right side to the 40. Gets a block out on the outside from Jackson Generals. Correction, that's Colin Hill. Braylon Henry's finally pushed out of bounds, but not before he picks up a big Jessie Britt Automotive first down, pushed out at the Cameron 33-yard line.
I mean, just how well does Braylon Henry see the field there, Jared? I mean, he hit the hole. It would have been a decent game, but he saw it, the cutback to the open field. And I got to give Colin Hill a lot of credit out there. In those situations, you'll see receivers sometimes hold or do too much. He just mirrored his guy, setting up a big gain there for the Leopards.
Snap back to Caden Roberts, going to be passed out to the flat. That Caleb Carrizales with it over the right side. He's going to be stood up. Forward progress stopped right at the 30-yard line. But again, Leopards kind of coming back to that wide receiver screen out of that diamond formation.
Yeah, I mean, I love the play call. It's just one of those things where you run that enough, you make the Cameron defense respect that, right? And what you do is you stretch them horizontally, and then those A-gap runs, that inside running game gets back there too. So really nice job by Coach Peavyhouse of really sticking with the game plan and forcing Cameron to defend all 53 yards of the field.
So to bring up a 2nd and 7 for Lorena, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Caden Roberts. Braylon Henry going to take the handoff right up the middle. Huge hole behind the right side of that line. He's going to be driven down inside the 25-yard line, down at the 23, and looks like he has enough for another Jessie Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, that Leopard offensive line right now, Jared, is getting such a push where it almost looks like a draw play from Braylon. He's not hitting the hold downhill, but he's waiting for the blocks to develop, and they're happening 5 yards downfield right now. So great patient run there by Henry, but that Leopard offensive line is reasserting themselves right now, and I'm really interested to see if Cameron can do a gut check and get a stop here.
Kyler Bosley, Wyatt Jones on the left side, Tyler Walkendorf at center, Nolan Baden, and Carter Norman on the right side. Snap back to Caden Roberts, looking for a man. He's got a man open in the corner of the end zone. It's Brock Cool. Looks like he does make the catch, and they're going to call it a touchdown. He was able to get a foot down. Billy, I'm not sure how he made that catch and got the foot down, but the official on the backside called it a touchdown. Now they're going to talk about it. We'll see what they decide, but right now it looks like a Bam Builders touchdown. Touchdown, Lorena Lepords. Touchdown, Brock Cool.
Yeah, that play starts up front, right? The offensive line, great protection for Caden Roberts. He had time to let the route develop. He throws a ball where only his guy can get his hands on it, and I really don't know how Cool was able to get both hands on it and a foot down there. It looked really, really close, but nevertheless, great throw, great catch, great protection, and a fantastic response for Lorena to come out here and put points here in the second half.
Snap back, James Webb puts the ball up. They're going to say it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So team is back on serve with 4:42 left to go in the third quarter. Score is now Lorena 35, Cameron 21. We'll take a commercial break and come back. You're listening to the Syntex Pawn broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Do you know that your dream home could be just one call away? At Bam Builders, we believe that you deserve your ideal home. That's why we rely on quality, experience, and transparency to give you exactly that. Since 2015, we have been utilizing the highest quality materials and the most professional team to ensure exceptional construction of your custom home. So, give us a call at 254-716-9987 or visit our website, builtbybam.com. Your dream home awaits at Bam Builders.
You don't need me to tell you that our little ones grow up so fast, but look at these pictures, each one beautifully crafted by Aurora Henry Photography to capture life's special memories so that Lorena families will have them for life. From your newborns to your newlyweds, Aurora Henry Photography will create, capture, and preserve life's most special moments with your loved ones and turn them into memories made for a lifetime. Schedule your 30, 60, or 90-minute session today with Aurora Henry Photography on Facebook or Instagram, or call 254-723-2890. Aurora Henry Photography.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. The new score on the CF Supply scoreboard, Lorena 35, Cameron 21. James Webb with the ball on the tee, a high pooch kick in the air. It's going to be caught by number 14. That is Elijah Goodrum. Goodrum with a good game tonight for the Yoeman. Makes the catch, gets it all the way back out just shy of the Cameron 40. Billy, during the break, we were talking about the 23-yard touchdown pass from Caden Roberts to Brock Cool. Looked like Roberts kind of waited a little bit before finally throwing that ball. Almost looked like he was trying to throw it out of the back of the end zone. But Brock Cool goes, climbs the ladder and makes a huge catch.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes your athletes just have to be athletes, right? And that's really what Brock Cool did there. He went up and snagged the ball that probably should have sailed out of bounds. Again, don't know how he got his foot down, but what a great catch. And, again, a great response by this Lorena offense.
So Leopards on defense. Cameron comes out, 1st and 10 from the 40. Braylon Drake back to pass, out route. Intended for Noah Vega. Pass a little short, falls incomplete.
Yeah, you saw Miller there actually read that the whole way, and I think that was actually a really good throwaway there by Drake, because I think if the ball is on the money, I think Miller breaks on that ball. He saw it, probably saw it all week in practice. Really well coached by Coach DeLeon. We've seen him develop a lot since last week against La Vega, and I love it for the kid. He's playing great football right now.
So 2nd and 10 for Cameron. Ball at their own 40-yard line. Snap back to Braylon Drake, handoff to Bradley, right through the heart of the Leopard defense. Picks up about 9, call it 8 on 2nd down.
Yeah, what you're seeing too from the Cameron offense, you're right, they're stretching the field horizontally, the quick passing game to the outside, also making Lorena defend the entire width of the field. I like what I'm seeing there from a scheme standpoint, just not letting Lorena dig in there against the run.
Leopard with some defensive substitutions. Wyatt Jones back in the ballgame, Colin Hill as well on this big 3rd down and 2 for Cameron. 2 receivers to either side for Braylon Drake. Play clock at 10, counting down. Kadarius Bradley to his left in the shotgun formation. Snap back to Drake. He's going to pull it, keep it this time over the left side. Big gain across the 50, 45, 40. Finally wrestled down at the 37-yard line, and a big 1st down. Again, we've talked about it, Billy. Braylon Drake doesn't run often, but when he does, he makes something happen.
Well, we've seen it all game. He's been, when he hands off that inside zone, he's running the play fake, that same look every play. And Lorena that time just thought he gave it. He actually pulled it once for a big gain. So the little things you do fundamentally impact the defense, and we just saw it there.
So 1st and 10 for the Yoeman at the Lorena 36-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Braylon Drake. Takes a snap back, looks up in the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got a man. Jaquarius Harmon makes the catch. Looks like he got past that Lorena defender, number 25, Mason Walker. And a huge response from Cameron on the 36-yard touchdown pass from Braylon Drake to Jaquarius Hardman.
Yeah, Drake can really spin it, Jared, and you saw it there when he's got time to look downfield and set his feet. That kid throws a great ball. Great response there by Cameron.
Omero Nahara with the extra point. It's up and good. And just like that, it's a 1-score game again. 3:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. New score on the CF Supply scoreboard, Lorena 35, Cameron 28. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a synthetic blend oil change for only $25.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation, free brake check, free alignment check, and a 22-point inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service. For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a computerized alignment for only $49.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation and free visual brake inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service.
Welcome back in to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Again, Jared Brown alongside Billy Rutherford. Jace Andrews running the ship. Rick Jesperson on stats. Ben Huey out on the photo deck running the camera. Leopards in a tight ball game. A game they once led by 3 touchdowns, now just a one-score game, up 35-28. Cameron with a lot of momentum here in the second half, looking to capitalize. We'll see what the defense can do for the Yoeman. Billy, I think it's important for the Leopards to kind of get the ball and kind of grind a little bit of clock, kind of run the offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw in the first drive or the second drive by Lorena here in the second half, they were able to lean on the running game a little bit, got the downfield pass game going. I think if you're Coach Peavy, I think you go back to that.
Big kick from Omedo Naharat's going to be caught at about the 15-yard line. Colin Hill with it. Coming back up the middle, nowhere to go for Hill. He's going to be dragged down by 6 different Cameron Yoeman at about the 27-yard line, where the Leopards will take over 1st and 10. So in that last drive, Billy, we saw the Cameron offense start to run the ball with Kadarius Bradley. Then Braylon Drake kind of uncharacteristically pulls the zone read on 3rd and 2, picks up the big gain for a first down. Follows it up with a touchdown pass to Ja'Quarius Harmon. And all of a sudden, as you said in the break, we've got a ball game.
Yeah, I think the danger if you get Drake gets into a rhythm, that kid's really tough to defend, and I think we're seeing that right now in the second half.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards at their own 27-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry running right. Big hole around the right side. Henry bounces it outside, nowhere to go. He makes something happen, turns the corner. He's going to have a huge gain on first down all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice run there by Braylon. Blocked well initially at the point of attack, but Cameron floated the ball really well. Braylon just made a guy miss and got up the sideline. But this is where you lean on your seniors. This is where you lean on your captains. You lean on your upperclassmen. This is one of those games that you need your guys to be guys, and that's what we're seeing out of Blaine tonight.
So 2nd and call it 3 for the Leopards at their own 35-yard line. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Quick pass out to Carson Miller out on the right side. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but not before he picks up a big gain across the 40 out to the 43, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, you're seeing the same exact game plan really from Lorena on that side that Cameron's running, right? That's a short passing game. It's really hard to defend because you're over leveraged on the other side. That's a one-on-one matchup. So if you don't have press coverage there, that's an easy 5-6 yards pitch and catch. Nice throw there by Roberts, and we're seeing Miller tonight. Miller's making plays all over the field, Jared.
1st and 10 for the Leopards at their own 43-yard line. 2:46 left to go in the third quarter. Pistol formation, snap back, handoff to Caleb Carrizales. Carrizales kind of dancing in the middle, nowhere to go. Ball pops out. Nobody's got it. Caden Roberts back and dives on the ball. Big loss, but nowhere to go for Caleb Carrizales. Ball pops out. Caden Roberts, Johnny on the spot, makes a huge recovery for the Leopards.
Yeah, if Caden Roberts doesn't find a way to get on that ball, you had 6 Cameron Young defenders ready to scoop it up and score. That potentially right now to this point in the game, probably the play of the game for the Leopards. That definitely saved a Cameron touchdown.
Lost at 12 on the play, all the way back to the Lorena 31-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 22 for the Leopards. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap back to Caden Roberts, looking, nowhere to go. Now he takes off and runs with it. He's got room on the left side. Thought about throwing it, then tucks it and runs, and he's going to be tackled out across the 35. I believe that was number 15 for Cameron, Xavier Gilman. So big gain from Caden Roberts, but Leopards still with a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it right now, Jared. This is a full-on rivalry game. It's getting pretty chippy down there. Both teams are kind of yapping at each other, and we've got a 3rd and long for Lorena. We'll see what happens.
3rd and 17. Ball at the 36-yard line for Caden Roberts. Snap back. Nowhere to go. They got all the time in the world. Now he's got a man deep. It's Brock Cool. Just overthrown from Brock Cool. A lot of tugging as Cool's running down the field. But the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. And the Yoeman hold after the big fumble for Lorena. So it's 4th and 17. Ball at the 36-yard line for the Leopards. 1:17 left to go here in the third quarter. Lorena 35, Cameron 28. Leopards in punt formation. Camden Stoss back to punt for the Leopards. Snap back. Stoss gets his right foot into it. Nice high punt with a lot of turnover. Ball's caught at the 35-yard line. A lot of room to run for Jaquarius Harmon. He takes it out across the 45, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 46 where the Yoeman will take over. And Billy Cameron with all the momentum here in this second half after being down at one point by 22.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, Lorena mistakes, right? On that drive, Lorena, fumbles the Carrizales, unfortunately coughs the ball up, setting them in a very adverse position. Looked like Roberts had Cool there, but just wasn't able to make the play. And Cameron's got great field position here, looking to tie the game.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yoeman at their own 46-yard line. 1:09 left to go in the third quarter. Again, Lorena leading Cameron 35-28. Braylon Drake in the shotgun for Cameron. Low snap, handed off to Bradley. Nowhere to go. Seth Taverner, Alex Martinez, and Jackson Blackwell all in to make the tackle for the Leopards.
Yeah, we've seen it on both sides of the field now. Both offenses are struggling with, snapping the ball back to the quarterback from the shotgun. And guys, that's the first step to running an offense if you're going to run the shotgun. So we're seeing both teams kind of struggle that right now. It's throwing the timing off for both offenses.
Loss of 4 on first down, 2nd and 14 from the 42. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Leopards coming on a blitz. Drake dancing around. Now he throws an outlet pass to Bradley. He's got all kinds of room in the world to run. Wyatt Jones runs him down, tries to strip the ball, but a huge gain. Call it 15, and the Yoeman pick up a big first down. Leopards did everything right there, Billy, just couldn't quite rein in Braylon Drake.
Yeah, really good job there by Brake, just buying time. And, they brought the Leopards brought Arp on the edge, and Arp was able to get a little bit pressure, but Drake kept his cool. Found his running back that actually was initially there, stayed in to pick up the blitz for a big gain. So really nice job. Again, I think you're seeing Drake get into a rhythm here a little bit, and I think Lorena's going to need to change some things up, maybe change some coverages because he's looking really settled in at this point.
Well, both teams retreating to their sidelines as the clock ticks down, and we will go to the fourth quarter. Again, the score, Lorena 35, Cameron 28. We'll take a commercial break and come right back. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Syntex Pond, where value and savings come together. The CF Supply scoreboard reads Lorena 35, Cameron 28. 12 minutes to go in this one, folks, and we've got a dandy to kick off district play in 11-3A. Leopards hanging on to a 7-point lead, but Cameron with a lot of momentum on the offensive side of the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yoeman as we start the fourth quarter from the Lorena 42-yard line. Two running backs in the backfield alongside Braylon Drake. It's going to be a handoff to Bradley. A little bit of running room, not much. Ball pops out, a quick whistle as his forward progress had been stopped before Braylon Henry is able to pop the ball out. A gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times from Bradley. The ball got a little loose in his arm, but, he's been away from the team a little bit, not getting the reps in practice he's used to getting. That's probably the chief concern from a coaching standpoint is ball security, right? So that's something definitely you see Lorena defenders are really focused on stripping the ball out. We'll see if that plays out here in the fourth quarter.
So 2nd and 6 for the Yoeman from the Lorena 37-yard line. Again, two running backs on either side of Braylon Drake. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Play clock at 6. Drake shouting some instructions to his offensive lineman. Snap back, Bradley with the handoff. Stiff arms Cooper Key. Makes another man miss before he's finally knocked off his pins at about the 25-yard line by Colin Hill, but solid running from Kadarius Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley's extremely explosive when he gets out to the edge. You can see why that kid's special. Getting him the ball in space is definitely he's a massive weapon, and Lorena's just going to have to tackle him better, or that's going to be there all night. Like, that play was actually well defended. Bradley just made a great athletic play.
So 1st and 10 at the Lorena 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Braylon Drake. Hand off to Bradley again. This time Leopards all over it. Jackson Blackwell plug in the middle of that line. And Bradley stopped for no gain.
Yeah, Jackson Blackwell, just an anchor on that Lorena defensive line there. There wasn't really much for Bradley as Blackwell really played 3 gaps there. I mean, he's an impressive young athlete, Blackwell for Lorena.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Braylon Drake, who has Kadarius Bradley to his right in the shotgun. Snap back. Bradley's going to pull it inside receiver screen to Kason Goolsby. He's going to be brought down by Alex Martinez, but a big pickup of about 13 for Cameron and another first down.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing right now, Jared, you're seeing 2 offensive coordinators on either side of the ball call fantastic games. I mean, I really like what I'm seeing out of Cameron right now for what they're doing offensively. It's very similar to what Lorena was doing in the first half. I mean, really challenging the Lorena defense on multiple levels, stretching horizontally, forcing them to tackle in space, all the things you want to do on offense.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, called the 11-yard line. Yoeman can't get a first down without scoring. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Quick pass out into the flat to Goolsby. He's got a lot of room to run. Blocking on the outside. He's going to dive for the end zone. Just short of the end zone, but there is a flag down. And looked like Colin Hill had a lot of his jersey in the hands of a Cameron receiver. Holding is the call, so we'll bring that back 10 yards from the spot and do it again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a play there that's really dictated by Colin Hill's effort, right? Colin Hill was fighting through that block. The Cameron receiver grabbed his jersey, but it wasn't, it was because Colin Hill was fighting through the block. So that's an effort play by Hill. You love to see that as a deep Lorena fan.
So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it's really only going to be about a 2-yard net loss. Maybe 1-yard net loss. Ball back at the 12-yard line. So call it 1st and 11 for the Yoeman. 9:24, 9:23 clock continuing to count down. Lorena leading 35-28. 2 receivers to either side for Braylon Drake. Kadarius Bradley in the backfield to his right in the shotgun. Snap back to Drake. He's looking, he's got a man on the post route. Knocked away at the last minute by Carson Miller. Miller stays down, kind of landed awkwardly on his left leg, holding his knee, and that's not a good look for Carson Miller, but a phenomenal play from the young sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we hope he's okay. We'll never speculate on what we think's wrong, but, man, he has played exceptionally well tonight on both sides of the ball, but really at the cornerback position. That was great inside leverage. Didn't get his hand on the back of the receiver to draw a flag, got his front side arm to bat the ball down. Another really nice throw there by Drake, and the receiver had a step. Just, that's how you teach it.
So Carson Miller still down. Leopard's head athletic trainer Isaac Diaz out to check on the sophomore receiver. Leopard's head coach Kevin Johnson out to check on him as well. Kind of hush falls across the crowd as Miller is tended to right in front of the goal line and really kind of saved a touchdown there. Just lunging out at the last minute to knock that ball away, and I think he just may have landed awkwardly on that left leg. So 9:06 left to go here in the ball game. Lorena 35, Cameron 28.
I mean, back to Miller, Jared. His play tonight has been exceptional. He had a tough task last week in covering the speedy La Vega receivers. He's been definitely up for the task tonight. Played extremely well. Obviously, we hope he's okay.
He's going to be helped off the field by, again, Leopard's head athletic trainer Isaac Diaz and team Dr. Corbett Boone.
We know, and Jared, back to the football side of things, you have to expect Cameron here probably is going to go after whoever comes in for Miller. That's what I would do if I was the offensive coordinator. I would test that kid immediately. Because obviously Miller is a depth player playing for an injured player, and now you have another depth player playing for another injured player. So
it looks like Sean Coleman is going to come on at the corner spot. You've also got Landon Harris. Now he runs back off the field. Mason Walker at a safety position. Caden Arp out there at linebacker. Jackson Generals. Colin Hill as well. Snap back to Braylon Drake. He's going to throw it all the way to the corner. Caden Arp going back. Pass is caught in the corner of the end zone. That's Kason Goolsby. And we're an extra point away from a tie ball game.
Yeah, we have a ball game, folks. Really nice protection there by the Cameron up front, first of all. Corner route there, singled up on the nickelback. Arp is a linebacker, but he's playing the nickel slot out there. And, man, that's how you throw a corner route. Throw it right to the back pylon. Receiver made a nice adjustment on the ball, and big score by Cameron.
Nahara with the extra point. It is up and through, and with 8:59 left to go, score is all knotted up at 35 apiece. I'll tell you what, we'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have the Cameron kickoff. You're listening to the Lorena Leopard broadcast, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. 8:59 to go in the fourth quarter, and suddenly the first, call it 39 minutes of this ball game don't matter, Billy, as the score is all tied up at 35.
Yeah, Jared, we spoke pregame and doing a production prep that we expected a really good one tonight. We expected a back and forth, kind of like, slugfest, and I think that's what we have. You have both teams that are executing very well right now on offense. Both defenses are searching for the answer to slow them down. Both sides right now really are reeling for that answer to slow each offense down. And what you have is you have Caden Roberts and you also have Drake on Cameron are seeing the field great. They've got time to throw, and they're going to make those throws. So you're going to have to find a way to either change coverage or put pressure on them to, alter their eyesight.
So Nahara with the ball, teed up, line drive kick. It's dropped by Caleb Carrizales, picked up by Sean Coleman. Coleman driven down just across the 20 at the 20, called the 22-yard line. And the Leopards will have it 1st and 10. 8:52 left to go in the ball game. Billy, I think if you're Lorena right now, you just got to get some sort of offensive rhythm, get everybody in sync, and just try to drive the ball, eat up some clock, and gain some yards.
Yeah, right now all the momentum is right now with Maroon. But if you look at the scoreboard, it's 35-35. You got the ball, on your side of the field. You've had success running the ball. You've had success in the play-action game. You've had success with the bubble screens. Go back to those things. Go back to your game plan, and just go out, take care of the ball, and execute.
Caden Roberts out. Braylon Henry in the pistol formation. Snap back, handoff to Henry. Dancing through the middle. Makes a couple guys miss. Spin move out across the 25 to the 27. Pickup of 4 on first down.
Jared, I'm really trying not to repeat myself tonight, but we see it every time Braylon carries the ball. His patience and vision is really, really impressive. Like, that play was well defended by Cameron's front. Braylon did a little jump cut, pause, and he hit it upside. That play probably should have went for a yard. He was able to get almost 5.
Again, good push from that Leopard offensive line all night. All seniors across for the starting 5 offensive linemen for the Leopards. 8:16 and counting on the CF Supply scoreboard. Game all tied at 35. Second down. Fake handoff to Brett Boyles. Caden Roberts over the left side. Behind the left side of that offensive line. He dives forward. We'll see if he picks up enough for a first down. It does appear to be another Jesse Britt Automotive first down. Gain of 6 on second down.
I mean, the quarterback we're seeing tonight, Jared, from the quarterback we saw against China Spring, he has really grown up a lot. You see his ball security is better. His body lean is better when he's running the ball. Like, this is a kid every game. Just it slows down for him, and he's getting better. I love him as a weapon in the running game, but also we see in the passing game as well.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards. Snap back, handoff. Looks like Caleb Carrizales correction, that's Camden Stoss in the ball game, getting his first carry of the night. Number 36, Stoss, who's been out since week 1 with an injury. Pick up a 4 on first down. Good to see Stoss in there running the ball hard.
Yeah, I mean, a good push by the Leopard front, and you saw Stoss there had both hands on the football, which is what you want to see inside the hashes like that. Good, strong run. Another good, down yards on first down for the Leopards. Set up a second and a medium.
2nd and 6 for the Leopards from their own 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brett Boyles in motion, snap back, fake the jet sweep. Camden Roberts with a lot of room to roll all the way down to the 40-yard line. Huge gain for Caden Roberts. A big Jesse Britt Automotive first down as he goes into Cameron territory before it's tackled down at the Cameron 40.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say about Caden Roberts? I mean, he's literally all season long, him and Braylon have put the offense on their back and carried him, and you're seeing that tonight. Both of those guys are stepping up. You need your leaders to step up, and good, strong run there by Roberts, but another really well-blocked play by that Leopard offensive line. So, a great effort up front for Lorena continues here into the third quarter.
So 1st and 10 from the Cameron 40. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry running left. He's got a little bit of room. He's knocked off his pins. Going to be a loss of 1. Great job. I believe that is Kason Goolsby coming up from his safety spot to upend Braylon Henry for a loss of 1.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it all night tonight. I mean, when you try to get to the perimeter on this Cameron defense, then there's a lot of team speed on that side of the ball. I think Lorena's had the most success really running in between the tackles. It's going to be really hard to get outside that Cameron defense. They just fly to the ball.
So 2nd and 11 for the Leopards at the Cameron 41-yard line. Boyles in motion, snap back. Roberts keeps it again. Runs into his own man, pushes forward behind the tough blocking of Wyatt Jones. And he's tackled at about the 35-yard line. Clock is stopped. And it looks like a flag down late. I didn't see it get thrown, Billy, but it looks like we may have a personal foul. So, unsportsmanlike conduct. Some might call that ignoble character against Cameron. But the 15-yard penalty will get marked off at the end of the run. So that'll take the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Leopards.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it all night. The kids have been playing to the echo of the whistle, and that time Bradley just drew the flag. But we've seen it all night. That's one of those calls where, it's been happening all game.
3 receivers to the right. Now Braylon Henry splits out to the left. Empty backfield for Caden Roberts. Quick pass. Out a little seam route to his tight end. I believe that's Brock Kuhl. Kuhl makes the catch. And that's going to be a gain of about 8 on first down. Leopards now move inside the ideal self-storage red zone.
Jared, the former tight end of me really loves the seam route, and Caden Roberts throws it really, really well. Great pickup there. That's another play that's really hard to defend, especially if you're running the ball inside. Those linebackers, their first step's always going to be up. Allows that tight end to get down the seam for a big gain.
Kuhl took a big hit on the play, but he seems okay. 2nd and 2 for the Leopards. Brett Boyles comes in motion. Snap back. Caden Roberts fakes the handoff, now going through the middle of that defense. It's almost tackled by his own guy. Tyler Walkendorf coming in there to try to block. Ends up knocking Caden Roberts forward inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, I mean, Roberts is really, really a tough runner inside the tackles. I mean, he's like having a second tailback out there, and he's a tall, big kid, but his pad level when he gets to the point of attack is really impressive. Well-coached running technique, too, as well there by the coaching staff of Lorena.
So it'll be 1st and goal. Again, the Leopards inside the ideal self-storage red zone. 1st and goal at the 7. Pistol formation for the Leopards. Snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry, running right, lots of room. Henry tucks it, dives across into the end zone for a Bam Builders touchdown. Touchdown, Lorena Leopards. Touchdown, Braylon Henry.
I mean, what a great job by the right side of that Leopard offensive line. Brock Kuhl also there at the tight end, the point of attack. Just caved that entire right side down, and Braylon Henry really had his pick on where he was going to go.
Sealed the edge. Again, Carter Norman, Noah Baden on that right side of the line. Just doing a phenomenal job of just making a wall, sealing it off. Henry kind of comes around, just has to duck a little bit inside one defender, and he waltzes into the end zone. I believe that's his 4th touchdown on the night. 4:25 left to go. Leopards take a 41-35 lead. Leopards going for 2. Henry in a pistol formation whistles stop play as Cameron just able to get a timeout in time. And Billy, kind of a gamesmanship play there. You line up to go for two. You force Cameron to call a timeout. In a one-touchdown ball game, 4:25 to go, that timeout could really prove to be costly.
Yeah, I mean that's a chess match, right? We speak about it all the time. It's one of the great things about football is the X's and O's and the schematic changes by each coach. And great call there by Coach Peavyhouse and ultimately Coach KJ. But that's a really good timeout for Cameron, because if you don't like that look, that is potentially a huge play in a game like this. You can't take them with you, so I like the timeout there so everyone can get aligned.
Again, our thanks to Terry Wood and her sponsorship of Lorena Leopard Football, Ideal Self-Storage, all locally owned and operated. Billy, now they've got locations all over Central Texas and one in Lorena on Old Lorena Road, complete with RV and boat storage as well. So when you need to store one of your boats for the off-season, be sure and check out Ideal Self-Storage.
Yeah, it's an impressive facility. I drive by it often, dropping my daughter off at school. It's a really nice facility.
So Leopards come back out again, 4:25 left to go. Going to come out, going for two again. The jumbo set, Braylon Henry in the wildcat position. He's just going to run to the right behind the Leopard offensive line, dives across, and he's in for the two-point conversion. So the Leopards tack on two more, now lead 43-35. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the ballgame. We'll take a commercial break and come back. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard Football.
1990 Lorena graduate and multi-year football letterman Grant Neal, owner of Pioneer Pest Control, proudly supports Lorena Athletics. Pioneer Pest Control has serviced the community and surrounding area since 2015. Pioneer Pest Control is proud to be your go-to partner for all your pest control needs. Call us at 254-421-8606 today for a free estimate. Once a leopard, always a leopard. Go Big Red.
When storms damage your roof, there's only one place to call, and it's Montgomery Construction and Roofing. MCR offers detailed bids for affordable quality roof repair and replacement. Schedule your free inspection and make sure your damage is repaired right the first time. Our claim specialist can help walk you through filing an insurance claim for wind and hail, too.
Say goodbye to damaged roofs and yes to Montgomery Construction and Roofing. We roof Texas, and we are here to serve you.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard Football. Leopards take the lead 43-35. Only 4:25 left to go in the ballgame. Jared Brown, Billy Rutherford bringing you the action. Jace Andrews making us look good. Rick Jesperson, our statistician. Ben Huey out on the camera.
Jared, we have a ball game here. 8 points with 4:25 to go. Cameron's got 2 timeouts remaining. Both sidelines are jazzed. Both crowds are jazzed. Like, this is high school football at its finest. 2 programs that are definitely have their eyes set on possible state championship, but definitely a playoff run. Does it get better than this, my friend?
James Webb with it on the tee for the Leopards. He drives the ball down the left side. Not really understanding this kick. He's going to kick it out of bounds right at about the 20-yard line. Not sure what Webb was thinking on that. I guess in one sense they don't get a chance to return the ball. And so it should be a 5-yard penalty from where the ball went out of bounds. So they may take over at about their own 26-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Of course, if you're Cameron, you may elect to back them up 5 yards and re-kick. Well, it's going to be also offsides against the Leopards. So I think if you're Cameron, you back them up 5 yards and make them re-kick it.
Absolutely. I mean, anything to get your athletes in space. If I'm Cameron, I definitely want to do that as many times as I can because, like I said, those guys can absolutely fly.
So who do you kick it to if you're James Webb at this point?
Well,
I mean, there's really so many weapons on this Cameron kick return team. I mean, I almost kind of wonder, like, you kick it out of bounds just to keep them. You'll give up the 5 yards just to keep them from getting a return.
Now, I feel like, Jared, the play here is obviously pooch kick. Pooch to 3 or 14 for Cameron because both those guys, sure-handed, but, they're generally looking just to secure the ball first. So that would be what I would do. I'd kick the ball high, let your return team get down there and make a stop.
Cardarius Bradley, Jaquarius Hardman back deep for the Yoeman. And, yeah, James Webb just kicks this ball out of bounds once again. They'll throw the flag about where it went out of bounds, which I think is about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Cameron's going to make him kick it again, Jared.
This is definitely not what you want if you're Lorena backing up 5. You're going the wrong direction.
Well, in this situation here, a squib kick would not be a bad idea. To kick the ball as hard as you can right in the middle of the field. It bounces around. Again, it's just like the pooch kick. You're going to give up great field position, but you're going to anyway at this point. You're kicking from your own 35-yard line or 30-yard line.
Yeah, so another procedure penalty backs the Leopards up to their own 30-yard line. And really, to your point, Billy, you pooch kick it now, Cameron's going to get the ball at about midfield. I mean, that's 10 yards in penalties now. That's backed you up. So James Webb with it on the tee. Once again, kicking from his own 30 this time. We'll see what he decides to do. Another pooch kick down the left side. It's going to be caught. Going to be given to Harmon, who breaks a tackle, and he's down the sideline to the 50 to the 40. Touchdown saving tackle from Colin Hill, who may have injured himself on the play. But Jaquarius Harmon took a huge hit and just kept on going. He gets it all the way deep into Lorena territory to about the 34-yard line. Colin Hill still down on the far sideline as he lunged and gave everything he had to keep Hardman from taking it the distance.
Yeah, great job there by Hardiman, just not coughing the ball up. But that initial hit by the Leopard kick coverage team was a good one. Unfortunately, the Lorena kid didn't wrap up, and Hardiman had a really nice return after, setting up really good field position here for Cameron.
And so the last thing that the Leopards can afford is another defensive back to be down with an injury. Try to see. Looks like Hill is up and on the sideline. You got to hope something like that didn't bang a shoulder or an elbow or something.
Well, that's the thing about Colin Hill. He plays violently. Like, everything he does is 110%. So hopefully it's just a stinger or something minor. We can get him back on the field soon.
So 4:15 to go. Lorena leading 43-35 here at Yo Field on the campus of Cameron High School. First and 10 for the Yeoman at the Lorena 34-yard line. Braylon Drake back to pass, swing pass out to Bradley, following some of his offensive lineman blockers down the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10. He's pushed out of bounds. Officials are going to say he stepped out at the 21-yard line. So it'll be about a gain of 13 and enough for a Cameron first down.
Really well-designed play call there. You get the ball out to the perimeter. You got your lineman actually scooping out, pulling just like it would be basically a sweep play. We've seen it from Lorena. Extremely hard to defend.
Colin Hill back in the game out at corner on the far side. First and 10 for the Yeoman at the Lorena 21-yard line. Snap back to Braylon Drake. He's going to hand it off to Bradley. Looking for room to run. Dancing. Gets out of the grasp with Seth DeVerner. Now he's running around the right side. And he'll be run out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Looked like Seth DeVerner had Bradley dead to rights, and Bradley just escaped the Lorena defensive end. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Bradley's explosive and elusive, and those two things bode very well if you're a Cameron fan. Lorena's going to definitely have to gang tackle him because he appears to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
Well, certainly got fresh legs for the Yeoman. So 2nd and 3 from the Lorena 14-yard line. Two receivers to the right, two to the left for Braylon Drake. Bradley to his right in the shotgun formation. Play fake out on the left side. Casey Goolsby makes the catch, spins back inside, makes a man miss. And he's going to take it all the way down inside the 10-yard line to the 5, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Yeoman.
Just a nice throw there by Drake. That ball gets out of your hands so quick. You force Lorena to bear down, make the tackle in space. Nice job there by Cameron breaking a tackle for a positive gain, getting a first down here inside the 10-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Yeoman. 3:40 and counting left in the 4th quarter. Lorena up 8, 43-35. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Braylon Drake. Tight end in the offset position is Zach Evans. Snap back to Drake. Throws the out route to, look like number 5, DeAndre Bradley, pushed out of bounds. He can't quite hang on. Good defending there by Colin Hill.
Yeah, nice job there by Colin Hill, but that was a really nice back shoulder fade throw there by Drake. Just barely missed his receiver. Again, that's one of those plays that on a defense it's really hard to defend. If that quarterback can put the ball there, that's pitch and catch in most cases. But nice job by Colin Hill making a contested catch and, obviously preventing the catch.
The 2nd goal from the 5. Zach Evans, the H-back for Cameron, goes in motion to the right. Bradley offset. He's going to get the handoff. Squirting up the middle. Lunges for the goal line. Looks like he's going to tackle just shy at the 1. Kadarius Bradley, kind of a wrecking crew here in the second half for the Cameron Yeoman. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Clock continues to run. It'll go under 3 minutes. Again, Leopards leading 43-35 on the CF Supply scoreboard. Shotgun formation. Kadarius Bradley back, and it looks like there's a little bit of movement from Cameron. Left side of their offensive line just a hair early, and that'll back them up 5 yards.
That's a massive penalty at this stage in the game, and also this down and distance. Now Cameron has shown the ability here in the second half to move the ball, but that's potentially a big one for Cameron.
Yeah, and certainly 2-down territory if you're the Yeoman, so certainly got 2 plays to get 6 yards, which they've shown the ability to do with ease here in the second half. So we'll see what head coach Rick Rhodes dials up for his senior quarterback, Braylon Drake.
You know, and if you're Lorena on defense, you know, you're looking for one of your playmakers to make a play, right? You're looking for an upperclassman or one of those young depth guys that have been playing such good football tonight. Somebody make a play. Somebody get a turnover. Somebody make a tackle for loss. Like, this is when you win a football game on defense right here.
Shotgun formation, snap back. Drake rolling right, looking out. Pass really had no chance. Intended for DeAndre Bradley. Nowhere near being able to be completed. Falls incomplete out of bounds. 2:15 left to go here in the ballgame, and that's going to bring up a 4th and goal for Cameron.
What a fantastic job there by Arp. Arp came upfield. He noticed it was a sprint out, roll out pass. He didn't get sucked in. He set the edge, contained Drake, and Drake didn't have an opportunity to turn the corner because that was like a run-pass option. If Drake can get to the outside, he's going to tuck it. He couldn't get to the outside. He made a throw. The throw was late, and Colin Hill was able to defend it. So nice job there by Arp.
Landon Harris now out on that far side corner. 4th and goal. Snap back to Braylon Drake. Throws the slant pattern. Caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Bradley. And again, we talked about Landon Harris kind of having to go out there and guard Bradley. And after going to the outside 2 different times, they come back inside on the slant route. Easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's well executed by Cameron, and that definitely puts the Lorena defender in a tough spot there. That's why you call it. But you absolutely can't give inside leverage there. As soon as he was able to get inside leverage, that's an easy touchdown.
So the Yeomen are going to have to go for 2 here. Score is now 43-41 Leopards. 2:10 left to go here in the ball game. Ball will be placed at the 3-yard line. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Leopards call timeout. Or do they? Not really sure what happened. Whistles blew. Leopards started to go to their bench. So play clock running, 18 seconds and counting.
Kind of a bizarre chain of events there, Jared, in a game of this magnitude or in a moment of this magnitude.
Play clock's under 10 now, 8, 7. Cameron just getting to the line. 5, 4. They'll just get it snapped. Snap back to Braylon Drake. He's got man open in the corner. And it's going to fall incomplete. Great job by Landon Harris, the man who just gave up the touchdown catch, coming back, jarring that ball loose. Cameron receiver still down in the end zone. Believe that's Jaquarius Hardman.
Yeah, we hope Hardman's okay, as he went down there. But, man, nice job by Landon Harris bouncing back from the previous play. Gave up the big touchdown. Able to collect his thoughts, right? You have to have a short memory if you're going to play defensive back. Nice job making it a contested throw, contested catch. And, Lorena survives, but, look like they're going to have an onside kick probably here.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron has 2 timeouts left to go.
But the way Lorena's running the ball, I'm not sure I'd want to kick it back to him.
Well, speaking of running the ball for the Leopards tonight, trying to do math. And when you're doing that next to a pharmacist, it's a little intimidating. 347, 51, 354 yards rushing for the Leopards tonight, 237 for Braylon Henry. Leopards, 360 yards total on the night.
You know, Jared, that just kind of speaks to kind of the way this game is played out, right? Like, it's felt like Lorena could run the ball at will at times, but here you are, you're in a 2-point game with 2:10 left. If Cameron's able to recover this, what would it look like an onside kick, it's anyone's ball game.
Well, and you talked about it earlier about the intestinal fortitude, the amount of guts needed by Jeff Peavyhouse to go for 2 after that touchdown, saying he'd need to carry his guts out in a wheelbarrow. And that's proven to be the ball game right now. I mean, Leopards up 43-41. Obviously, the onside kick is coming. Hands team for the Leopards out. Seth Taverner, Colin Hill, Braylon Henry, Caleb Carrizales, and Brock Kuhl across the front line for the Leopards. Sean Coleman, Caden Roberts, Landon Harris, and it looks like Mason Walker on the second line. And we're going to have a timeout called.
But, you know, Jared, back to that 2-point conversion call, you know, we spoke about it during the break, but that's one of those calls where if it doesn't go your way and Cameron kicks an extra point there and you lose, you know, it's going to be tough. A lot of people are going to say a lot of stuff, but just to have the confidence in your offensive line, have the confidence in your kids to go out there and score a 2-point conversion to really change the complexion of the game, right? Like, that's a huge play in the game. If Lorena recovers this onside kick, you know, they get a first down, this ball game's over.
Oh, well, if you're just joining us, Leopards got out to a 29-7 lead. Cameron came all the way back, tied the game at 35. Leopards go down, score a touchdown. Braylon Henry's 4th touchdown run of the night. Go for 2. Henry runs it in to give the Leopards an 8-point lead. Cameron marches back down the field. Touchdown pass from Braylon Drake to DeAndre Bradley. 2-point conversion, not good. And we find ourselves, Lorena up 43-41. 2:10 left on the clock here in the ballgame. Leopards did call a timeout there, so they're down to 2 timeouts. Cameron with 2 timeouts. Omero Nahara with the ball on the tee. Looks like in an onside kick formation. He kicks it down on the ground. The ball's going to get the bounce. Colin Hill secures the ball, goes down to the ground immediately at the Cameron 49-yard line. Just a solid job from Colin Hill, knowing he's going to get hit, to catch that ball and go down to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, well executed by Nahara. I mean, that ball bounces one more time. He gets that really big bounce that you want. I mean, if you're Cameron, that was executed about as well as you'd expect, but Colin Hill actually jumped that a little bit and, you know, grabbed the ball before it went 10 yards and ended up being a huge play.
1 second off the clock, 2:09 left to go in the ballgame. Lorena 43, Cameron 41. I mean, again, the opening week of District 11 3A, you couldn't have asked for anything more.
This did not disappoint. And, again, I have come away from this game, regardless of the result, really impressed with Cameron. Well coached, gritty, gutsy, everything you would expect out of a Yoeman squad.
1st and 10 for the Leopards. Snap back, hand off to Braylon Henry right up the middle. Henry behind that big offensive line. Big gain on first down to the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 on first down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in that Leopard sideline or in that Leopard huddle right now, it's ball security, ball security, ball security, because everyone right now wearing a white helmet wants to rip that ball from you. So 2 hands on the ball, 3 points of pressure, take care of the rock first, and you know, see if you can't close this one out.
Again, Carter Norman, Nolan Baden, Tyler Walkendorf, Wyatt Jones, and Kyler Bosley across the front for the Leopard offensive line, who've done a phenomenal job. Leopards over 350 yards rushing on the night. 2nd and 5, pistol formation, snap back, handoff to Braylon Henry, right up the middle again, behind Wyatt Jones and Walkendorf. Big push, about a gain of 2 on 2nd down. And it looks like Cameron's going to call timeout to stop the clock with 1:17 left. Big 3rd down awaiting the Leopards. I want to remind everybody to stick around after the game. Billy will head down to the field and have our post-game interview with Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson, and also present the Joe Pack Player of the Game award, or maybe Joe Pack Player of the Game awards.
Yeah, I think you have to really look at the offensive performance from Lorena tonight, and it really starts up front. All year long, these guys have been dominant. We've seen it, you know, but you've had standout performances from so many skill players at Lorena. But tonight, it seemed like anyone running behind that offensive line was going to get 4 to 5 yards to carry, and that's against a good defense. I mean, that's against a good Cameron defense.
So 3rd and 3 for the Leopards from the Cameron 42-yard line. Again, 1:17 left to go. Snap back to Caden Roberts. Hands off to Braylon Henry, running through the big hole in the middle. Crosses the 35-yard line, picks up a huge gain, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, Cameron sells out there. They had to. They sent basically 9 guys up to the point of attack. Braylon was able to slide through, but really nice job there by Braylon of not letting the ball get stripped. That's probably as big a play a game as there was.
Cameron's going to use their final timeout of the game. 1:02 left to go here in the ball game. Leopards clinging to a 2-point lead, 43-41. Again, our special thanks to Flavor on 35, Aurora Henry Photography, Bastion IT Solutions, Montgomery Roofing, Lorena Dental, Pioneer Pest Control, Pecan Grove Funeral Home, and Ideal Self-Storage for their support of Lorena Leopard football.
I mean, Jared, this is what high school football is all about, man. Look at this atmosphere has been amazing. We're spoiled being able to cover Lorena games every week, but it's really nice when you come to a road game like this and you just see the atmosphere and just the crowd, and everyone here has been so polite. So hats off to everyone involved with the Cameron operation.
Leopards are going to take a knee on first down. Be a loss of 4. Clock inside a minute now. Yoeman unable to stop it. Our apologies to those listening on the radio. Lost it for a little bit. 40 seconds. Inside, Leopards will need to snap it one more time. Snap back. Caden Roberts will take the kneel down, and that should do it. Some extracurricular activities. Leopards offensive lineman ready to say good game to the Cameron defense a little prematurely. But both teams will retreat to their sideline as the clock ticks down. Again, Yoeman out of timeout, so this clock will run down to 0, and your final score tonight is going to be Lorena 43, Cameron 41. Leopards get a huge win to start the district season, Billy.
Yeah, big win. I mean, all caps big win if we're sent via text. Like, gritty win. You got out big. You looked like you were going to run away with it. Cameron found a way to get back in the game and test you. You responded and had ability to close it out on offense the way you like it as a coach. So all the way around, really big test for Lorena, and they responded well tonight on the road.
Well, with the win, the Leopards will move to 3-2 overall on the season, 1-0 in district play. With the loss, Cameron drops to 1-4, 0-1 in district play. So again, kind of that huge first win, Billy, as we talked about in the pregame. Obviously important to get the big win in district play, but to get a district win on the road is even more special.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it too, I mean, they're running game, right? Like, if you can run the ball, it doesn't matter where you play. You can play in a parking lot somewhere. If you can run the ball, good things are going to happen. You just dictate the pace of the game. Really impressed with what we saw at Lorena up front tonight. Equally impressed with Cameron's skill players and what they did, adjustments at halftime. Like, we're going to see both these teams again in the playoffs. I mean, almost positive about that. Like, this was a really well-played game on both sides. Well coached as well.
Teams meeting out at midfield. Good sportsmanship. I think Billy's going to head down to the field to get ready for his interview with Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson. Teams will huddle for some prayer. I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and take a commercial break. Come right back. We'll have some final game stats and also look ahead to next week for the Leopards. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
Now more than ever, our schools must be welcoming and engaging, safe and secure. For nearly 40 years, True North Consulting Group has been helping school districts across the U.S. develop effective technology infrastructure, campus safety, and media-rich classroom systems. Our name, True North, says it all, and as we like to say, we didn't invent consulting, we just made it personal. True North is a friend to public education and a proud supporter of our Lorena Leopards. Today is a great day to celebrate the Leopard Way.
Since 1998, the guiding principle of Pecan Grove Funeral Home has been, through our door, your healing begins. With sincerity and pride, we thank our hometown families for the honor of serving the community for over 25 years. Pecan Grove Funeral Home's dedicated staff includes Lorena alumni as well as parents of current students that proudly support the Lorena Lepords.
Some of the best breakfast and lunch is now just 5 minutes away from Leopard Field. Flavor on 35 has a new restaurant in the Lorena Plaza by Jack and Jill's Donuts. Enjoy a multitude of items from breakfast burritos and tacos to elotes and hot sandwiches. Come visit the mastermind Brandon Thompson and the rest of the crew as they are open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy the best food in Lorena at Flavor on 35. Available for pickup, dine-in, or delivery. Order online at flavoron35.com.
Need extra storage space? Ideal Self Storage has what you need. Locally owned and operated with many convenient locations in Central Texas, we offer climate-controlled and drive-up units and now proudly offer boat and RV storage as well. Rent from the convenience of your home or on the go. Our website makes it easy to make payments, rent or reserve your space, or update account information. For peace of mind, we offer state-of-the-art camera and gate systems, smart units that alert you to motion in your space, and responsive on-site managers. Visit us online at idealstorage.com or come by one of our many locations to grab your storage space today.
Did you know that your dream home could be just one call away? At BAM Builders, we believe that you deserve your ideal home. That's why we rely on quality, experience, and transparency to give you exactly that. Since 2015, we have been utilizing the highest quality materials and the most professional team to ensure exceptional construction of your custom home. So, give us a call at 254-716-9987 or visit our website, builtbybam.com. Your dream home awaits at BAM Builders.
You don't need me to tell you that our little ones grow up so fast, but look at these pictures, each one beautifully crafted by Aurora Henry Photography to capture life's special memories so that Lorena families will have them for life. From your newborns to your newlyweds, Aurora Henry Photography will create, capture, and preserve life's most special moments with your loved ones and turn them into memories made for a lifetime. Schedule your 30, 60, or 90-minute session today with Aurora Henry Photography on Facebook or Instagram, or call 254-723-2890. Aurora Henry Photography.
For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a synthetic blend oil change for only $25.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation, free brake check, free alignment check, and a 22-point inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service. For a limited time only, Jesse Britt's Automotive is offering a computerized alignment for only $49.99. Plus, get a free tire rotation and free visual brake inspection. Jesse Britt's Automotive, discounting your prices, not your service.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Billy's down on the field awaiting his interview with Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson. Wanted to pass along a few more stat update. Again, our thanks to Pecan Grove Funeral Home for their support of Lorena Leopard football. Leopards rushed for 375 yards tonight, passed for 136 yards. Looking at some individual stats for the Leopards. Braylon Henry leading the way, 28 rushes, 252 yards, 4 touchdowns. Caden Roberts, 19 rushes, 110 yards. Camden Stoss, a rush for 4 yards. Jackson Generals, a rush for a couple of yards. Caleb Carrizales, 2 rushes for 1 yard. Passing, Caden Roberts, 14 of 22 for 129 yards and a touchdown. Braylon Henry also had 1 pass out of that Wildcat formation, the 7-yard touchdown pass to Seth Taverner. Receiving for the Leopards tonight, Colin Hill, 4 receptions for 51 yards. Brock Cool, 3 receptions for 31 yards. Jackson Generals, 2 receptions for 17 yards. Carson Miller, 2 receptions for 16 yards. Great game by that young man tonight. Caleb Carrizales, 3 catches for 14 yards. And Seth Taverner, 1 catch, the touchdown catch from Braylon Henry, 7 yards on that reception. Leopards really strong tonight on the offensive line all night long, again rushing for 375 yards. Leopards will be home next week to take on Little River Academy. Should be a great ball game. Kickoff set for 7:30 at Leopard Field. Leopards down on the far side of the field meeting with Coach Johnson and also the news media, as this was one news outlet's local game of the week. They should be finishing up shortly. Again, our special thanks to all of our sponsors, Syntex Pond, CF Supply, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. And we will see what we have down for the Leopards. We'll try to go ahead and send it down to Billy right now. Looks like he's trying to take a picture with the Joe Pack player or players of the game.
All right. Check, check, check. All right, we are here with Coach KJ after an impressive road win in 11-3A play on the road against a really gamed Cameron squad. Coach, just your thoughts on the game and really your dominant performance up front on both sides of the ball.
Well, we always stress that. That's the heart of our team right now on the front on both sides of the football. But I just can't say enough about all our kids. We got banged up today. We had to go in. Other ones had to step up. It was the next person up right there, and they found a way to get it done. Never, ever quit. Went down and battled and bowed the neck when they had to get it done and made a stop when we had to get the stop. And I can't say enough about them. That's a lot of heart right there. Having to overcome a lot of adversity, quite honestly. They had to persevere and come through a lot of adversity there, and I'm super, super proud of them.
Yeah, great job. That's actually my second question was going to be talking about the depth of your team, and really it's shown the last 3 or 4 weeks. I guess we'll just go straight to what your thoughts are on your next opponent and kind of like where your head's going to be there and how you plan on preparing.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, we prepare by just taking care of ourselves. We work week to week, bettering ourselves. We get better each day in practice, and then worry about just being 1-0 next week. I could care less. We're going to enjoy this right now, and as long as we go in and worry about taking care of ourselves and getting better day by day, just by practice, then the rest of it takes care of itself.
Coach, great win tonight on the road. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck next week. Back to you, Jared.
All right, that was Billy Rutherford with our post-game interview with Leopards head coach Kevin Johnson. Leopards get the big win and move to 1-0 in District 11 3A play tonight, 43-41 over the Cameron Yoeman.
We got face and press ball. That's what the camera is. All right, we stand right here, though. We stand right here. So, yeah, you guys.
Again, Leopards with a dominant performance running the ball tonight, 375 yards on the ground behind a massive offensive line, all seniors on that starting offensive line, and then the juniors Brock Cool and Seth Taverner. So I think when Billy is ready, I will send it down to him.
All right, we are here
for
with
the
the
interview.
Joe Pack players of the game, the Lorena offensive line and tight ends. Guys, I don't know which one of you wants to do the talking. What a performance tonight, 375 yards rushing. Coach Cool thought it was 400. We'll probably have to go back and see. It could have been 400. But just some quick thoughts, guys, on all year long. You guys have been really taking it to the opponents up front, but tonight it really, really was the difference in the game. Just some thoughts on the game and how it played out.
Well, our running backs definitely make us right. They read the right holes and make the right cuts to score big touchdowns and make us look very good. I mean, we just pound our feet up front, get a body on a body, and put people in the dirt. That's all we got to do every snap.
So this week in practice, you guys understood this was going to be one of those phone booth games. So talk to me a little bit about the week of practice, how you guys prepared, and just your general mentality going into a game like this, knowing that if you guys take care of the job, you're going to win a football game. Just speak to that a little bit.
Oh, we said it. We preached it all week. We knew if we could dominate the offensive line up front and the defensive line up front, we could definitely win this football game. It was ours to lose if we could dominate, and that's exactly what we came out to do.
And there's a rumor, one of y'all said that y'all have a nickname for your unit. Anyone care to share what your nickname is?
It's called Big Sexies, yes sir!
All right, Jared, you have it. You big Joe Pack Players of the Game Award for Lorena Offensive Line, again rushing for 375 yards tonight. The difference in the ball game. Great team win, but these guys showed out tonight. Gentlemen, we're going to get you an individual award for each and every one of you, so that'll come. But hey, congratulations, guys! Great win. Back to you, Jared.
Thanks, Billy. Phenomenal job by the offensive front tonight. The Leopard offensive line leading the way for 375 yards, if not a little more. And you just can't say enough about that group. Kind of an unsung broadcast. So definitely want to to take the opportunity to thank them. Certainly embodying every bit of who Joe Pack was, not necessarily the biggest player or the fastest, but played every play like it was his last and gave everything he had till the very end. And so tonight, a very deserving group of young men, and it's impossible to give it to one of them, as the Leopards ran to the left, ran to the right, ran up the middle, and everybody, as senior captain Wyatt Jones said, gets a body on a body and lets Braylon Henry kind of choose where he wants to run. Caden Roberts doing the same thing. So just a phenomenal job by all those guys up front, embodying who Joe Pack was, and very deserving recipients of the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award. I tell you what, we'll take one more commercial break, and we'll come right back. We'll put a bow on this one. This is the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
Welcome back into the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopard football. Billy, we couldn't think of a more deserving group. Sometimes it's impossible to give it, with football being such a team sport, it's impossible to give it to just one player. And that offensive line really emblematic of who Joe Pack is, or who he was. And so just couldn't think of a better deserving group than those offensive linemen tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jared, we spoke about it week to week, how they've always been in the conversation of being up for this award. You just have some outstanding individual performances that really stood out. But tonight, the difference in the game was the O-line, 375 yards rushing against a good Cameron defense. I mean, that is a good Cameron defense, and they asserted their will. And, I mean, literally the game comes down to over 100 plays, but none more important than the offensive line moving the ball every down.
Well, I think the important thing is that the Leopards got yards when they had to have them. Some big third down conversions where they're able to keep the chains moving. And then obviously none more important than they're right there at the end of 3rd and 3. And I think everybody in Milam County knew that ball was going to Braylon Henry right up the middle behind that Leopard offensive line, and there was nothing really anybody could do. And so just, hats off to that group and Coach Cool and everybody associated with the Leopard team tonight. So looking forward, Leopards now 1-0, back home next week against a good Little River Academy team, a lot like Cameron, very senior-laden team and led by some guys who have been on varsity for a long time. So no rest for the weary. Even though we're at home next week, Leopards still with a tough test in the Bumblebees.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Academy is extremely well coached. They're not going to really beat themselves very often. You're going to have to really execute. I think what you take from this, from the Lorena standpoint, is I think that you can play 7, 8 guys up front on the offensive line. There's very little drop-off in production. When I told the group when they were down there meeting that the offensive line won the award, Rick and I were down there, our stats guy, and their reaction, Coach Cool's reaction, Coach KJ's reaction, the team's reaction, that tells you all you need to know about this Leopard team. That offensive line was really, really revered, and as they should be. I mean, it is the strength of this team right now.
Like I said, led all 5 of the starting guys seniors, so don't want to take away anything from anybody else, but you look at Tyler Walkendorf, really his first year starting, moving into center. Wyatt Jones, been on the varsity for 3 years, moving from center to guard. You've got Kyler Bosley out there at tackle. You've got Nolan Baden, his first year starting, and also Carter Norman starting for the first time. So not only you've got guys that are new to the starting lineup, but seniors in their own right, and so understand what it's like to be here on Friday nights and understand what leadership is and just getting the job done week in, week out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, this game came down to a 2-point conversion that Lorena executed that Cameron wasn't able to respond to. And can you imagine being an offensive coordinator? We spoke about how tough a decision that was, but with the running game the way it was, it probably was a fairly easy call for him. I mean, it's risky, yes, but like knowing that you have those guys up front playing at the level that they're playing at, Braylon and Caden running behind him. I mean, that call now really was a difference in the game, but it just lends to the confidence that Coach Peavy House and Coach KJ have for that unit up front.
Academy winners over Troy tonight, 49-21, so it should be an exciting game next week at Leopard Field, 7:30 kickoff time. Pregame set for 7 o'clock. Billy, final thoughts about tonight?
I mean, we saw it all tonight. I mean, we expected a really close, contested, emotional rivalry game. The opening 12 to 15 minutes looked like Lorena was going to run away with it, but Cameron is a tough program that they're not used to getting knocked to the mat. They got up, punched back, and, man, we had a great game into the second half. Could have went either way, really, but it was a game that it felt like Lorena dominated. Right, so there's a lot to carry over from this week into next week. Part of that is the mistakes, right? We keep speaking of the mistakes into the first half. We let Cameron get back in it, had the big fumble. Got to clean that stuff up. But, man, if you take the things that Lorena did well, shorthanded and banged up as well, there's a lot to be excited about moving into Academy.
And you're never going to be upset at a road victory on a tough opponent like Cameron. So Leopards at home next week to take on the Little River Academy Bumblebees. Again, kickoff set for 7:30 pregame at 7 o'clock. Be on NFHS and also 101.3 FM. But for tonight, Leopards get the opening win in first week of district. They go to 1-0, 3-2 overall with a 43-41 victory over the Cameron Yoeman. For Ben Huey, Rick Jesperson, Jace Andrews, Billy Rutherford, and myself, Jared Brown, we want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Look forward to seeing you next Friday night. Good night, everybody.